Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Gaming After Dark, The Return. Yes, I am back and ready to go. I am your host, Mr. Boom, Boom, Kaboom. Noof Nukem is back in the room, and I am back to stay. And I am joined with my incredible co-hosts for the evening, and they are glad to be back in the saddle, ready to roll. I know last week I did some impromptu stuff, so you got to hear a little bit from me and Meg, but obviously it's been a couple of weeks now since Titan Drago's been able to fire up the board. So here he is, the one, the only, the man who brings the comment back that sends Titan, baby. How you feeling? What's up? And are you ready to roll?
Oh, always ready to roll. What's up, everybody? I just gotta mention, Noof runs a great show, but I'm gonna be the first one to tell you where he can improve upon. All right, so let's just focus on one thing at a time for now. All right. Let's not get into his whole closet of skeletons, whatever. But one thing at a time. It's just that quote unquote break. I mean, that was pathetic. I mean, it really was. I mean, I've gone like, longer times without coming before in my lifetime, and then on top of that, he's got more surprise podcasts than he does regularly scheduled podcasts.
It's funny. I was thinking the same thing last week. I'm like, we took a break, but we did more shows than we'd ever done.
That's right, exactly. That's funny. Anyways, jokes aside, man. It's great to be back here with the guys and here with the chat, and let's get it on.
Hey, man, I never said, everything was legit. I do things in a weird fucking way. There's no doubt about that. I'm a one of a kind. All right, speaking of one of a kind, it is the man, yes, who definitely brings it each and every week. He's loud. He's fantastic. He's also known for bringing his friend Tony Baloney in here. This is the one, the only, the incredible, the awesome middle-aged game guy.
Yes. Well, good evening, Noof, chat, and panel, of course, Titan T-Rock. Love the name. Guys, we have a great show for you tonight. And yes, Tony Baloney is on standby. He's ready to rock. He has already had 4 energy drinks. He's ready to go. And he's already on a second bottle of pink champagne. So let's get right into this show.
That's right. If suddenly I disappear during the podcast, guys, I'll warn you, I had beans and wieners for dinner, and I'm probably going to shit myself at some point. So just a heads up warning. These guys may have to carry over. Let's get right into it. We got a fantastic guest for you tonight, making his first time appearance on Gaming After Dark. He's a moderator and the Saltiest Gaming Podcast. You've seen him around the social network circles. I am pleased to announce and present to you his first appearance. It is T-Rock 40. He's got that DJ name. Let's hope he brings the DJ game.
Appreciate it, Noof. Thanks for the invite. Glad to be here. Let's get into it.
All right. It sounds like he is ready to go and get into it. Indeed, I'm already like half a can of Monster in, so I'm fired up and ready to go. Titan's probably pounding back fucking Red Bulls over there. I'm not sure. Meg's probably got his wine bottle half done. I'm not sure.
Stone Light.
We got a super chat and it's early, so that's a good sign of things to come. Psychonauts dropping $2 in the super chat. He says shout out to everyone on the panel and in the chat, and shout out to the guys in this chat. You guys are fantastic. Not only did the majority of you guys actually come out and surprise the hell out of me during my surprise podcast for showing up, and I was like, wow, there's a lot of people here. But here you're back again, ready to go. Yeah, my little hiatus was very, very short. It's actually shorter than my penis, so that's impressive. So
hey, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Next time, guys, don't show up to his surprise one so that me and Mag, feel good about ourselves and we feel like we actually bring someone to the table.
Look at this. I'm 10 minutes into the podcast and I'm getting roasted already. You gotta love it, guys. It's gonna be a hot show tonight. Let's give a shout out to the amazing chat. Doggy Dog is in the house. Timothy Dixon is here as well. Gaming differently, but Cerebral Paul. We got Dot in the house. Oh boy, Phantom Kraken, Dunny Rat, Dre Venero, Crispy Bomb is here. What's going on? Kruma's in the house. We got Deck. We got, who else we got in here? Spider-Man 356, always swinging his way in. Shizno Elite is in the house. Who else? We got Casket Repair. We got Ryan Galloway, my good buddy Ryan. What's going on, bro? How you doing? We got, who else we got?
And Smite is not dead, Spider-Man.
Yes, it is.
The Simp Army. The Smite joke's already coming here, guys. Oh, man. You ain't got it right till you buy some Smite. Custodes X is here. What's going on? Pong Soul is in the house. Cyber Gunter is here. Blue Moon FC. Holy shit, man. They're rolling in. Toolman 55. Crispy Rambo. R. Rob. Yeah, baby, it's coming. Like I said, Psychonauts is here, dropping the money. We got General Spartan in the house. Woo, man, crazy Greek dude. Speaking of, crazy Greek dude is in the house. Hope he gets his freaking game this week. No thanks to Canada Post, slow motherfuckers. All right.
We've almost got as many live watchers as Noof does surprise meetings in an off week.
I'm catching up there. I'll do another surprise podcast in Atrocity Nights. What's going on? There we go. I think I've caught up with everybody. I hope I did. And I hope I didn't miss anybody. Anyway, guys, you guys are fantastic. Let's get right into it. We got a lot of topics. I want to get this show on the road. We're going to start out with our first topic of the evening. And we got some light ones. We got some big ones. I'm going to start out with one that kind of shocked the hell out of me this morning. I'm getting up and just going through my social feed. And I saw this trailer, new Aliens game, Aliens Fireteam, a co-op PvE shooter coming to PlayStation, Xbox, PC. I saw the trailer. It kind of looked pretty cool. Kind of reminded me of Gears of War meets Aliens meets the Hive Busters. That fucking Hive Busters mode that come out on the Xbox for Gears. Kind of had that. And of course, the Aliens feel. Really cool graphics. Third-person action. If you're a fan of the Aliens franchise and you like shooters, especially co-op stuff, this might be right up your alley. Before I kind of weigh in on what I thought of it all, let's get into the panel and our guests and see what they thought of it, if they had a chance to check it out at all. And let's find out what the chat feels about it as well, if it looks like something you'd want to play. Let's start off, and I'm going to go with middle-aged game guy on this one. Mag, did you have a chance to check it out? Are you an Aliens fan at all, and what do you think of this one?
Well, yeah, I'm a big-time Aliens fan, of the movies anyway. But I did check it out, and yes, it's got that Gears of War sort of, over-the-shoulder third-person shooter kind of vibe to it. It's also got very reminiscent, actually, of the action sequences of, I know it's not going to be a very popular opinion, but Resident Evil 6. You remember that, when it was more like action-oriented? It wasn't a great game, but I'm saying it kind of has that Resident Evil / Gears of War look. And it could be interesting. I don't know how they're going to do this. I mean, I would imagine with the Aliens, it's not just going to be pure action. I think they just did that as like a splash sort of, advertisement to get people interested and, keep it hype. But I would imagine there's probably going to be some downtime in there where you actually will get to explore and solve some mini puzzles and maybe have some stealth missions where, you're hiding from the aliens, right? We don't know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll give it a shot. I mean, I'm not going to say no. I don't know anything about it. But the only thing that concerns me, and is my only real concern, excuse me, is that I didn't hear about this game until like yesterday. And it's coming out this summer. Yeah. Maybe it slipped under my radar. I don't know anybody who else was talking about it. That's generally, I don't want to sort of sandbag it, but that's generally a sign that it's not a big to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You remember that Terminator game, Noof, that you played, which was actually turned out to be half decent. But I didn't even know that game was coming out. All of a sudden, they're like, there's a Terminator game. And I'm like, fucking when? And they're like, next month. I'm like, what do you mean next month? So usually, like, if there's a big AAA title that you're going to dump a lot of money into, or, you're going to buy full price or whatever, you hear about it in 2018. And then it's coming out in 2021. The fact that I'm hearing about it now and it's coming out in like 3 months, you know what I mean? Like even World War Z, which was like sort of like a AA, third-person action zombie shooter, which was a good game. It was a good game. It was serviceable. And it was cheaper. It was only like $50 Canadian, whatever, as opposed to 80. But we still heard about that game like 2 years before it came out. So the fact that they're just kind of throwing it out there, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it until I'm going to wait for the reviews, and I'm going to wait to see maybe some more hands-on, because all I watched was that like a minute 47-second trailer. Yeah, and I mean it did show a lot of gameplay. I'll give them that. Like they really kind of skimmed over the cinematics and went straight to the gameplay, which is a big plus for me. Because, there's that game that I've been waiting for on the PS5, which I'm fucking pissed off, by the way, that it's coming out in August, because I was expecting it in March, the Kena Bridge of Spirits. And I watched the trailers over and over and over, and it says, gameplay trailer. I'm like, yes, gameplay trailer. And the gameplay's 4.5 seconds long. Like, what gameplay did I see? It literally was just, she took 3 steps and then it went right back to like, the pre-rendered cutscenes. Brilliant. Right? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow, amazing gameplay. She took 3 steps. But this, at least they're giving you a solid chunk. If anybody in the chat hasn't seen it, go check it out on YouTube. Obviously after our show, okay? We don't want to lose our viewership.
I have not seen it. Did the gameplay look smooth?
Okay. Yes.
It did look pretty good, man. It looked like Gears of War. Like,
I've
check
seen
it
the
out.
pictures. I've seen, that's what I got from the screenshots, was very Gears of War-esque.
Let me give you guys a rundown here. We'll finish the talk, give impression, but here's the rundown on the game, what we know so far. For those of you who haven't seen the article, or perhaps the trailer, it's a Left 4 Dead-like 3-player co-op PvE shooters. There you go, 3-player co-op. It's coming out this summer, again, pretty much on all platforms. And weirdly enough, it's got a developer, I don't even know if I've heard of these guys, Cold Iron Studios.
I was about to say that. Yep.
Yeah, they revealed it back in 2018. Apparently, it's going to take place over a multi-mission story campaign, similar structure to Left 4 Dead. So not like a cohesive story per se, kind of in bits and pieces in different sections, I guess. So one of the goals is to fulfill the Cameron-esque fantasy we saw on the screen in 1986 classic. So apparently, you get dropped inside of one of the hives, like the big alien hives. There's a lot in there. Set in 2002, 23 years after the original Alien movie. Apparently, in this game, they have, let's see here, they have about 20 total enemy types, including 11 unique types of xenomorphs, ranging from the facehuggers to the Praetorians, the synthetics, the list goes on. As for the players, you get to choose one of 5 unique classes: a gunner, demolisher, technician, doc, and recon. And from there, you'll be able to customize your Marine with various weapons and cosmetics and different. So basically, I think Mag hit it on the head, kind of a World War Z kind of, not an $80 game, kind of a quick in, quick out, action, probably a little more on the action than the horror, but at the same time, I'm sure, based on the different types of aliens, I'm pretty sure the action is going to get really freaking intense. So it sounds really cool. But anyway, finish off what you were talking about. There's a rundown on it.
Oh no, I was pretty much done. I was just saying that I'm gonna wait to see what happens with it. I'm gonna wait to see when people actually get their hands on it. But like I said, I am very impressed that they showed a really good. I mean, in a minute 47 seconds, but they still gave a really, really solid chunk of gameplay, so you could see what you're getting into, and maybe they're proud of it. You know what I'm saying? If you're showing that much gameplay, in my mind, that comes across to me as they got a product that they're confident in. If they weren't confident in it, they wouldn't show this much.
Well, this seems to be their first, game, because I like. Thank God Noof said it, because I was like, I've never heard of Cold Iron Studios before. I thought I was frauding out, or getting old brain or something. You know what I'm saying?
They're also being funded by Fox Studios. So I did see that as well. In the bottom, if you actually look at the credits after the trailer, it shows that Fox Studios actually had something to do with it. So I don't know. Now, the interesting thing is, now that Fox is owned by Disney, is this Disney money? Or was this done before the Disney acquisition? I have no idea. But anyway, that's what it says at the end of the trailer. I don't see Disney anywhere on it. So
yeah.
Well, maybe that's why the screenshots look so good on it. Because like, how big can this studio be if we've never heard of them before? It's their first project and it looks this good. Well, either they're really good, either they got a really good team going on here at this Cold Iron Studios, or or they got enough money backing them, or whatever the case may be.
Fox money, baby.
Sometimes what, they're doing the right thing, because they're obviously playing with a big franchise that's beloved by many people the world over, but they kind of keep it sort of under the curtains. I mean, like Mag kind of mentioned too, sometimes when stuff comes out of the blue, it's usually kind of bad, but at the same time, it can work in their favor, because it generates, like, there's not as much criticism or as much pressure to deliver on something if we've been talking about this game for the last 4 years. Now that we're talking about it, just months ahead of its release date in the summer, pending any delays, of course. I mean, they could come out and deliver. I think here it's not the foundation of what they're bringing. It's going to come down to how it plays, and how it can keep you invested long after you've shot your 5,000 xenomorph, that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like, so that's the key. Let me, just before we continue on, let's catch up with some super chats, because Psychonauts in there dropping the wallet again. Hit that like button, people. Show some love, everybody. Thank you, Psychonauts. And Paul Grant is in the house. He drops $2 in the super chat. Just wanted to say hi. Well, thanks, Paul Grant. Thanks for stopping by and dropping some coin, brother. Greatly appreciate it. Like I said, we give back, and I'm sure we'll do another game giveaway here in the future. But anyway, continue on.
I just hate it when they use the big names. What is that term when you use the name, like, say, Aliens, right? There's copyright and there's all that. I hate it when video games go that route. Not for the fact I love Aliens, so not the the movie or whatever name they chose to base this game around, but just because I've seen some bad, I've seen a lot of bad history when it comes to games like doing things like this. Number one of all of those, the worst one I've seen was from Friday the 13th.
Right.
Yeah, did you guys play that game? Multiplayer.
It was atrocious.
I loved it. I loved the gameplay.
Of course you did. You love Smite. It's right. It's about the same level of quality.
When it first came out, it was buggy as hell. And I remember I was playing with Dealer, Colt, and them. Dealer couldn't stand it. He couldn't even play it. He's like, this is too buggy. I liked it. I loved running from Jason. I loved being Jason. And then this whole debacle with, all of a sudden, like the game was out for like a year. And then all of a sudden, someone comes looking for their money. They say, oh man, this making some money apparently. And, they come looking for their royalties, this and that. And it absolutely ruins the game. And now I believe, I'm not sure what happened with that. I think they announced like servers are shutting down soon. I'm not sure, but I know they're moving on to another game anyways. But those are the horror stories I just like to stay away from, and it always makes me nervous when I see something like that from now on.
Yeah, but you got Fox behind this, and I know, like I said, I know that Fox has been purchased by Disney, but I mean, you're still talking about a big company here. They got big time lawyers. They've obviously locked this down. One interesting.
Well, you would think every game locks the name down that they have, but apparently, that game didn't do it.
No, fair enough. But there's one last thing I was going to say before you guys get to T-Rock was depending on the month, I mean, they're saying summer, right? Summer 2021. So if you're talking like either June, July, or August, somewhere in there, that's actually a really good time to launch that game because for whatever reason, all the gamers out there are complaining they got no fucking games to play, which I don't get. I still got 6 games I haven't even started yet, right? I haven't even turned on AC Valhalla yet. Phoenix Immortals Rising. Okay, I'm on Days Gone now on the PS5. I'm playing that right now. But I still got a couple of other games on my Xbox I haven't even started yet. But a lot of people are complaining that they got nothing to play. You release this in summer, there's nothing else out there. There's nothing else. I mean, there's Ratchet and Clank coming for PS5. You got Returnal for PS5, right? And then you've got, what else you got coming up? You got Resident Evil 8, which is, a month away? But by the time summer comes, a lot of people will already be past that. So everybody will be looking for the next thing. And then all of a sudden you start looking at the fall. You've got Battlefield 6, probably October, November. You got Call of Duty, October, November. Halo, most likely November to hit that 20th anniversary mark. Unless Xbox does something crazy and launches like early. But if they don't do that, then this game is going to be sitting on its own in the summer, which is perfect. Because if my memory serves correct, I think that's what they did with World War Z. They launched it before the fall, the fall rush is what you like to call it. Yeah. Right? And they did really well. They ended up selling like 1 million copies by the time the fall came.
So Mag, you're telling me that that Fox Studios is bigger than Gun Media?
You know what I find weird about it, and this is actually, it's kind of odd because this is sort of the second scenario in recent years that we've seen like this, where like a lot of times when an established franchise comes out, say an Alien or a Predator or whatever, like majority of the time the studio that handled it is a little bit more well renowned. Like usually it's passed off on sort of a bigger studio that requires a heavier budget and I guess more expectations, but like lately, if you remember last year, Predator Hunting Grounds came out for PlayStation. That kind of came out of the blue, kind of in a way. Like that wasn't promoted for very long before the game just released out. I heard it wasn't half bad. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't half bad. I never played it. I might pick it up one of these days. But the bottom line is it was made by Ilphonic, and Ilphonic doesn't have like this, superior track record behind them. And now you got this Cold Iron Studios kind of coming out of nowhere. Someone said in the chat they came out in 2015. I'm not sure what they did. They are currently at 40 plus developers in this, their first game as a studio. So kind of interesting that they hand off an iconic franchise, run by Fox and Disney, and they get to produce this game. And I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. Here's the thing, like by using a well-known movie license like Aliens, if they do right by the license and they make a sensible game, at least a decent game, something that doesn't, score in the outhouse level Metacritic, they can make a name for themselves and potentially build on that and make a bigger studio and in turn get bigger projects. Now, if they screw this up royally, this game is basically a firebomb after, 4 or 5 weeks on the market. It could go the other way for those guys. So let's cross our fingers for them and hope that, they've had time to make this game and make it well, that it doesn't come out being a broken turd, aka like you guys mentioned, Friday the 13th, which while it does have a loyal following, a lot of people like it. Friday the 13th was most notoriously known for the amount of bugs and crazy crap that it had, as opposed to the foundation of the game, which a lot of people I did talk to said they had a good fun with that. So, and that's not a big studio that did Friday the 13th either. So we're seeing these big licenses go to these really small devs. So I don't know, and not coming at a full price either. Like a lot of these games are a little bit less than the full price, which is probably a good thing. Terminator, same thing. It wasn't really a full price game. It came out with kind of a small dev under the radar, but actually turned out to be pretty solid, right? So,
well, yeah. I mean, let's all just hope this game lasts longer than a Noof Nukem hiatus, eh?
I'll give you that. That was a good one. D-Rock, how about you, man? You a fan of the Aliens franchise? Does this game ruffle the feathers at all?
I'm a big fan of the Aliens franchise. My thing with these games is they have hurdles to go over. First, can they live up to that Aliens name?
Right.
Everybody's going to be going into that and with anticipation, and then also, can it draw people away from their comfort zones of Warzone, Apex, whatever their go-to multiplayer game is? It has to draw them in and keep them in. Maybe that's why they're going small, so they don't funnel millions and millions in and then have it not catch on. So they're starting small, build from there, something like that. I just think it has potential. Obviously, it's all going to depend on replayability and does the matchmaking work well right off the bat? Because if that doesn't work, then people are just going to be out. So all depends on the launch.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely going to need solid servers and hopefully there's a good community supported, right? How about Aliens Isolation? Like that was actually one of the best movie license-based Aliens games in a very, very long time. We remember the Aliens Colonial Marines that by Gearbox that kind of come out and tanked and published by Sega. And Alien Isolation came out and kind of rocked everybody. That also published with Sega, but I forget the studio that did it, but they did a hell of a job. They really captured that feel of Alien. Of course, that was probably the one thing that surprised me with this game is it's third person and not first person. I was expecting as soon as they announced it and I started to see this trailer roll and thinking first person, and then they go third, and I'm like, interesting. Okay. So how do you feel about the T-Rock?
For me, third person is better. I'm not a big FPS guy. It's just not my thing. I mean, it used to be, not anymore. Third person, I think, is better. I think is more marketable because you can have skins, that kind of thing, where you can have microtransactions if they want. All that kind of stuff plays better into third person for that. I think I think it all depends on how well does it play, how well does the gameplay loop attach to people? Do they get hooked? Do their friends get hooked? Is there an upgrade system that keeps them coming back? All those things I think will be the determining factor on whether that game is a hit or not.
That's like an unspoken thing too, that a lot of good games fail to hit on, and it will ruin a game, is that, that unlock system, right? I feel like gamers need something to look forward to nowadays, right?
It needs a good incentive.
Yeah.
All the good games have some kind of reward, whether it's customization or whatever, that keeps you wanting to come back. And if it doesn't have that, people are just going to drop it after the nostalgia of Aliens. Cool, I blew up some aliens for a week, and then
Right.
Especially for a multiplayer game. Right, you're not talking about a single player experience where like you're you're playing and experiencing the story is the focus. But like you said, if it doesn't have anything else to entice people to come back, then it's not going to last. Like, sure, people, like you're saying, the people have fun blasting away aliens for like a week, 2 weeks. After that, you're like, okay. And you know what it reminds me of, and it's something that I worry about, which we're also going to talk about later in the show about Outriders, is Avengers. Avengers did that to me. And, I got burned. I bought the deluxe edition for $100 and I played it for 2 weeks and I was done. And I'm not even interested in the multiplayer. Nothing at all. So, that's why I'm going to kind of wait on this one. Sit it out for a bit.
Oh, I'm definitely a wait on this.
Well, like I said, I'm definitely all in. I can't wait to see the game. I do love Aliens. I think playing Aliens with your friends is going to be its biggest catching point. Picking a class and going all in. I mean, there's games out there like Zombie Army Trilogy and stuff like that, which are a ton of fun. And if this game could even sort of replicate the sort of feel of a game like that, in essence, I think they're going to be all right. And like I said, as long as they price this game adequately, I'd like to see more of a full-fledged Alien story per se. But like I said, Alien Isolation kind of cover that in a sense. So perhaps they're trying to do something different. They're trying to capitalize on a multiplayer market and a market where obviously they stand to make more money, I guess, overall, and could definitely help build their studio, their reputation. So a lot riding on it for them. I think the majority of us, if you happen to be an Aliens fan or just a gamer fan in general, we hope that this game comes out and knocks it out of the park. But again, a lot of it's going to come down to price. It's going to come down bang for the buck. I don't expect it's going to be something that it's going to be really long, but if people enjoy it, there might be a lot of content that gets pumped into it over time. It's coming out during the summer when traditionally that's generally a slow time. So the marketing time is right on it. So yeah, definitely. I think there's something there. Let's hope that these guys can deliver. It definitely looks good, and that's a credit to them. It definitely looks like it's not like, oh my God, this game looks absolutely horrendous. It actually looked pretty cool, and I definitely think it's going to be a lot of fun. I really do. So let's cross our fingers on this one.
And I just got a notification from Angry Joe. He's doing a reaction trailer to that to the Alien Fireteam game right now, and I'm just like, oh. And I'm like, so obviously it's getting some attention because like someone as big as Angry Joe, whether you like him or you don't, he's huge. I mean, the guy's got millions of subscribers. So the fact that he's checking it out,
that's the benefit of having the Aliens name attached to it.
Yeah. Right. And now it's getting the attention of a big time influencer like him. So it literally just popped up on my screen and I'm like, oh, wow, we were just talking about it.
I just had an interesting idea for an Aliens-based multiplayer game while you guys were talking.
Yeah.
What do you think of like an endless loop starting as either a human or one of those face suckers?
Mm-hmm.
You start out as one of those, and when you kill a human, you become a normal alien. What, xenomorph?
Yeah.
And and then when you die, you respawn as a human, and it kind of goes in like this endless loop for 5-10 minute game or something. And at the end, whoever has whatever, like say you're an alien when the time runs up, if there are more aliens than humans alive, then your team wins. I think that would be kind of cool.
Man, if I get stuck in a room with one of those face huggers, I'm pulling down my fucking pants.
Didn't that happen in the first? Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, or this is just some crazy memory.
A mustache on his balls.
Did that happen in one of the movies?
What, the face hugger on her ball sack?
Yeah. Did the guy not have one on his okay, so that was just a joke then. Never mind. Okay, then my memory does not serve me correct because I swear someone told me once that there was a guy had a face hugger down his pants.
No, they incubate through the throat, not through the penis. Magnus, like me.
Not a
There's an idea.
Now I'm gonna Google this shit while someone else is talking because
Viper XT dropping another $5 in the super chat. Some of the past games worked on by the developers are Neverwinter, Star Trek Online, and City of Heroes. There you go. Good knowledge from Viper XT in the chat. Thanks for that, my brand. Appreciate it. Blue Moon FC is here. What's going on? Doggy Dog, Anime Realm, Game Genie Prime. We got Albert G, Freddie Fox, Infinite is in the house. Steel Rain, our Titan, our Halo teammate for the weekend. He's in the chat. Dragonheart Yobi's here. Royal Boyle, what's going on? Sean Carpenter, guys, glad you could be here. Thanks for stopping in. All right. And
when is that tournament, by the way?
This Saturday, man. Hope you booked it.
Saturday?
Yeah. Yes, this Saturday, dude.
6th. Yeah. Titan's like, oh fuck.
It's not Titan that's saying oh fuck. It's me that's saying oh fuck. You guys are going to be carrying.
Hey,
we get a warm-up game,
off, dude. Yeah, we got a lot to figure out there. Who's going to have the best connection? Who's going to stream it? All that shit. So yeah, going to be interesting. We're going up against Boomstick's team.
Oh,
what time is it going down?
12
It's supposed to be
Eastern.
12 Eastern.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay.
So that's 11 in your neck of the woods, I think.
Central time.
Yep. 11
All
Central, 10 Mountain. There you go.
I got you.
Who
Making
lives
me
in the
wake
mountains?
up early.
I do.
Lives in the
I know, I'm
mountains.
just fucking with you guys. Yeah, I know. I think I'm the only one who's Eastern.
Yes. Yes, we'll have the practice this week for sure. Indeed. Hopefully we can get a game in before Saturday just to feel things out. So, yes, indeed. Phantom Kraken's participating. Also, I'm not sure who Boom's got. I know he's got Zemi. I'm not sure who the other two guys
Apparently
are.
Zemi's like I was talking to Boom, and he told me that Zemi's really good, but I'm like, yeah, but I got Noof and Titan who are good. So, I mean, I wasn't talking smack with the guy because I'm not good at Halo multiplayer. Sorry, you guys are carrying my ass.
Steel Rain's better than me, so.
Jesus, is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys can carry me to victory like the pharaohs. Like they just, like the guy sitting on the throne, and they just kind of get other people to carry him off. Yeah, or like the what's his name, the Persian king from 300 sitting on his throne, and everybody's carrying him. Yeah, that's this Saturday, folks. 12 p.m. Eastern Standard.
In our last game, what was it? When did we play that? A gaming
2 weeks ago?
Yeah, whatever it was. You were pissing me off, Noof. Like I'd be on your head and like boom, I get sniped. I swear it was the host. It was host advantage.
Was that what it was?
That's what I'm.
You can have it next time, and I'll still.
And I'm sticking to it.
Hey, Infinite, what are you saying in the chat there, buddy? He just said shots fired, Mag. Is he on Boom Squad?
I got a funny feeling he probably is.
God damn it!
Who's
that?
that?
Suck.
It might be Infinite.
Yeah, Infinite. Yeah.
Our Robin,
get him out of the chat.
He's
Get him out.
Halo too.
He's hearing our strategy.
He's spying. That's what. Yeah. Boom sent him here. Because I don't see Boom in the chat. I just see Infinite in here.
That's right.
Oh man.
Our strategy is to kick ass and don't forget to wash your hands after. That's it.
Yeah.
Hey, Juno's 23. What's going on, brother?
My strategy is hide behind a rock and let you guys shoot everybody, and then I'm just going to come out right when there's 3 seconds left on the timer. That's the plan.
Maggie's one shot. Get him.
Yeah.
One shot.
I didn't do too bad. I held my own pretty good, like when we played, but like the guys I'm playing against are ridiculously good. Some have I played with regular citizens.
If they pick SWAT mode, I'm comfortable because I know that's probably my best mode. Is I'm pretty damn good at SWAT. I think I'll give anybody a run for the money. After that, it's hard to say. Like it depends on which Halo, what weapons. It's some of the Halos pretty good.
I don't even know what that is.
The one where you get the headshot.
It's basically the head. You could do the body shots, but you gotta hit them like.
No, screw that.
You gotta hit them like what's that game? The Division. It's like a bullet sponge city. Like if you hit him in the body.
That's the regular mode.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah,
on SWAT,
it's brutal.
And SWAT, it's 3 hits to the body or 1 straight shot to the head, which is technically how it should be anyway.
Is that the way what we started with on Halo 4?
Man, it was fucking hard, man. I couldn't believe guys are headshot like ping, 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 and I'm like, how? How are you doing this? What sorcery is this? And I'm like, I can't figure it out. But if you play against regular citizens, I'm all right. But my God, when I played with Noof and you guys on what was it, last Saturday? Jeez.
Yeah, if we're playing Halo 3,
crazy Greek dude, man. Jeez.
If we're playing Halo 3, that fucking assault rifle feels like a Nerf gun, man. This is well shoot fucking rubber darts at people. Like oh, clip's empty and still gonna fire another one.
If you're not 5 feet away from them, it's kind of worthless.
Yeah. Not to mention the pistol in Halo 3 is useless as tits on a bowl. Like fucking the Halo there's a Halo 2. One of them, the pistol's really fucking useless. Yeah, but it's good. It's good in Halo 4 though. But anyway, we're getting off topic. We'll talk about that a little bit later on the show. So yeah, sounds like anybody excited for obviously the Aliens game in the chat. Just let us know. And thanks, guys. We have 74 amazing cats in here watching. That is amazing. Thank you, guys. Let's move on to some more topics before we
73 amazing cats and Spider-Man.
There you go. PlayStation Store. This one kind of came out of nowhere. Not really surprising per se with the way things have been going, in ecosystems over the last little while, but did kind of surprise, especially considering Sony's, their involvement in movies themselves, the fact that they make movies and different things. So the PlayStation Store is discontinuing the TV and movie purchases and rentals. So obviously you'll no longer be able to rent a movie or make a digital movie purchase from their store at some point in time. like I said, I've got quite a bit to say on that, but I'll let someone else. Let's let our guest take the floor on this one. I think it's very disappointing. But T-Rock, how do you feel about it, brother?
I think it's a sign of the times, really. I mean, I saw some takes where people were saying Sony's telling people what they want. I think it's reverse. I think people were telling Sony that they don't want to buy and rent stuff from there. So I think if people were renting and buying, they would keep it. So I think it's. I mean, I game primarily on PlayStation, and I never buy movies because Amazon is much more convenient. Netflix. Everybody has their go-to. I'm sure there are people that had stuff on PlayStation, movies, rentals, and whatever. I just think more people are just more comfortable with where they're at. If they're on Amazon, if they're on wherever. So I just think it's a sign of people not using that service. They're not going to, if people aren't using it, they're not going to keep it around, because there's overhead for that. It's not just push a button and sell a movie, there's licensing and everything that goes into that.
Now, so I didn't get right into the nitty gritty of the whole article, but did it say or anything like the digital purchase that you've made in the past, you will no longer be able to watch them, or what? Did they say anything like that? Because that would really blow. Like that would make me really mad.
I can't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to read it again. I don't think it did.
Well, that's the thing. And that's my biggest problem too, because this has happened before, Noof, right? Can you name another? I know it happened. I can't name it right now, but I know it's happened to another movie streaming service that went down, or digital media. And
what was it that the ultraviolet thing that the movie studios are doing for a long time? Remember, they give you the digital code. They axed that right out of the blue, and basically, if you didn't transfer your old codes or your movies, I think, over to some other service, you lost them. You have no access to them.
Yeah. So is there a plan B for this? Like,
well, you know what? You have to read the fine print, guys, because from a legal standpoint, they can't take it away from you if you've paid for it, if you've paid for the product. However, if there is fine print that says, and I'm sure there is somewhere, that they have a back door they can escape from. You know what I'm saying? So if you actually look at the user agreements that nobody ever fucking reads.
Yeah, didn't you watch?
I know every
exactly. T-Rock. See, T-Rock gets it. You remember that episode of South Park?
Yep.
Right. Okay.
The centipede.
Right. Exactly. So you get it. So the thing is, there's a lot of those with it. If you don't read those user agreements, everybody just skips right to accept.
Okay.
Somewhere in there. Sorry. What were you gonna say, brother?
I'm reading it right now. It says the last paragraph. It says when these changes take effect, users can still access movie and TV content they have purchased.
Okay. Good. So then my whole point is moot. So there's no point. However, but in generalities, there might be something in there saying, hey, you know what? This is the risk you're going to take with purchasing digital, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you only go with companies that are not going to get rid of those kind of things. Mm-hmm. Like Microsoft's not going anywhere. Apple's not going anywhere.
Well, hey, one goes down, another one goes down. It starts to it's nice that they say that you can still access it, this and that, but I almost feel like maybe there needs to be like an insurance policy or something, for the whole and if and when the service goes down, kind of thing.
I think I agree, Titan. I think that's a meta problem though. Like with all of it, not just Sony, all of them, Amazon, everything you buy digital through.
Absolutely.
That's a problem across the whole digital landscape of things.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of went into this kind of like half-assed, right? Like they didn't put all their ducks in a row. It's like, all right, well, you'll just be able to access it. And right there.
I think T-Rock nailed it on the head when he said that. I guess part of the reason you pull it is because you have to wonder how much it takes to really upkeep a service like this. How many people you have to pay to constantly update your store, to refresh things. Like there's more than just flick a screen up. There's all this the account, the monies, the different, like there's a lot of moving parts to even something as simple as a movie store. And you have to ask yourself, how often are people using it, right? Because I know a lot of people now consume mostly stuff through streaming services like Netflix and Hulu, and they're not necessarily buying a lot digitally like they used to. I mean, even worse, buying physically, but even digitally, people are making less and less purchases because of the streaming services. So you got to wonder if it was just really worth the upkeep. Like, how many people in the chat and everybody on this panel, how many people have used either, say, the PlayStation Store for movies, or bought a movie from there, or even looked at it recently? Like, how many people even go in and use it? And even with the Xbox One, as Jez Corden, after he saw this article, Jez actually said he suspects that in due time, Microsoft will probably do the same thing and axe their movies and TV lineup from their stuff as well. So put 1 if you use it regularly, put 2 if you kind of check it out time to time, and 3 if basically don't use it at all. T-Rock, how often have you been using it?
Never.
Okay, there you go. Mag?
Never. I consume all my physical media I've already gotten rid of, and I transferred everything over to hard drives, and then everything else I've got either Netflix, I've got Disney Plus, I've got Amazon Prime, Xbox Game Pass. Those are my 4 subscription services, and everything else is Pirate Bay. But anyways, besides that, yeah,
Titan.
Nope, nobody heard that.
So obviously I don't use the PlayStation Store. But I do use I do use the Microsoft movies platforms. I've got Logan on there. I've got a lot of Zoolander. I got a lot of random. I would say I probably got about, I don't know, 30 or so titles or so on there.
Okay.
So, but the thing is, when these services go down, and that investment, it's just worrisome that'll go, up in the wind somewhere, because once the service goes down, then how long is the app going to stay around, right? Which plays it, right? And that's my worry. That's where I'm worried. That's where I get worried about. And then you have no access to that content. So as long as the app stays around, that's good. But all right, like, does it take them anything to maintain the app? I guess I got a couple more questions about that. But I'll tell you what, Noof.
Yeah.
If these go down, what do you think is going to take their place? And it's not like taking their place. It's there already, but what's going to be even more prevalent that you hate?
What is going to be prevalent?
Give me the answer, Noof.
The ones that are already big right now, and the biggest movie ones right now for digital space is the Amazon store and Google Play, right? And perhaps even the Apple store. So the ones that are accessible from the cell phones, the ones that have really had their foothold in that market for a while, and they've seen numbers drop too. There's got to be a correlation amongst all of them. But I guess, like, if you're Xbox and PlayStation, whose primary focus has always been generally games. Like, when I look at the people that play on my Xbox, and I go down through my friends list, if you're not playing games, they're watching on Netflix, right? But I don't see people, like, often. I don't see a lot of people all the time Blu-ray player, or see a person digital movie, right? Or in the store kind of thing, outside of, if they're in the store, they're looking for a game. And I think the chat sums it up brilliantly. Look at the numbers. I mean, it's all pretty much 3s and 2s, which basically means the majority of our chat here outside of Sean Carpenter are fucking not using the store at all. And I'm actually guilty of that too, because, well, you guys know me, I don't like digital, so I basically avoid it at all costs. I will buy my shit on a Blu-ray disc and pay 20 or 30 bucks for it. If I really like the movie, the only time, every once in a while, if the wife really wants to watch something and it hasn't come out, say on out on Blu-ray or DVD or something, I might do a rental, right? I'll rent it or whatever, but that's about it. Right now, if I do watch a movie from a digital streaming perspective, it's from Netflix, like, or that Tubi fucking app or whatever. I watch a little bit of there, but that's about it. So I think we kind of summed it up. It's just, there's a lot more upkeep and nobody's really using it. So why have it? It's kind of like the other day I went to go use, what do you call, Upload Studio? And I went, it doesn't exist anymore. This app no longer. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, man, where was I in the last couple of years? When did he kill Upload Studio? And somebody said about 2 years ago. I'm like, man, I must have shit the bed. I haven't been making no content because I didn't even know it was down. So just like that, overnight gone. PS4 came out. They took the fucking one thing that PS4 didn't have that Xbox still had the whole time was an actual a CD player. No, I'm being archaic here. Who cares, right? But it's a weird thing, and it's a little thing to me, because with my Xbox, I could play my CDs on my Xbox. You couldn't do that with PS4. A lot of people didn't realize that. So that was another little thing. And they just kind of, we're getting rid of the CD drive. it won't play CDs. So you can't listen to your music if you still got a collection of physical discs. So, it's weird how some of these people, they just act stuff and they basically just slide it right under the radar. And of course, as Mag said, it's hidden in the fine print. Whenever you accept this shit, they basically have at the bottom, this service may discontinue at any fucking time. Basically, screw you. You don't read that far down, so screw you again.
But the thing is that literally everything has that. From a physical copy of a disc that you buy, that physical copy, right? They don't have to maintain those servers. So once they turn those servers down, your physical copy, the only thing you can play on that is the campaign, right? So I was saying, like, I do use this, from time to time. And like the other day, I just subbed to HBO Max, right? So my question for Noof is this: which is worse, a streaming service or the Sony / Microsoft movies and TV app? Which is worse to you?
Streaming 100%. Because as long as you can download a movie, at least download it at some capacity, because even Netflix offers you the ability now to actually download the movies. It's better to get it that way because you at least get a little bit closer to, say, like the 4K or the high definition quality, because anytime it's streaming, you never know what you're going to get. One day it might look fantastic, and the next minute it's cutting out and it's going all pixelated, and you go from 480 to 720 or 1080 or in between. So streaming is definitely the worst way to go, period. It works more often than it doesn't, but the bottom line is it's not foolproof. And so I still prefer those digital stores and be able to just go in and just buy the movie I want to buy. And there's been some really good deals too. Like, that's the thing. You get some really good digital deals. Sometimes movies will go on sale, pay just a couple of bucks and basically own a copy of it to watch at your convenience. And, with Xbox and things like that, now you can watch them over so many different devices. You don't necessarily have to be focused in on, I can only watch it on this. Like with my Google Play Store, I can basically, because the app is almost on everything, I can watch those movies on my tablet. I can watch them on my phone. I can watch them on my TV. I can take them almost wherever I go. I love that shit.
That's why Amazon, I think, is where it is with that kind of stuff. With Prime, you've got, not only do you get Prime delivery and all that, but you get access to their entire Prime library. But you can also buy almost anything on Amazon Prime, like movie wise. It doesn't even have to be in their streaming catalog. Even if they can't stream it, you can still buy it. And that's that's why I like it, because you may see a movie that you like. It's not on HBO. It's not here, but you can still buy it on Amazon.
We got, I'm seeing 80 watching live right now. Please share this with a buddy. 81. Please share this with a buddy. Just to let you guys know, we're making fun of Noof's weak ass hiatuses all night tonight. Okay. It's all fair game.
Yeah, my balls drop faster than my fucking hiatus. That wasn't gone very long, baby. Yeah, I'm telling you. It was kind of funny, but anyway, good shit, man. I wish we could get to 100. That'd be awesome. I know that's chump change, but 100 would be fucking. This is actually, I think, might be a record show so far. That's crazy. So good stuff, guys. Awesome. Hey, that's all right. Mag will definitely get his plenty more smite shots in, I'm sure.
Titan's not the only one getting it tonight. Just wait.
Mag's got an endless clip of ammunition for me.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Titan, you've been a very good boy, Titan. So I think you might get off the hook tonight.
Well, hey, don't count me out of anything just yet. Yeah. But hey, I'll enjoy you having Noof in your for a night.
Any more, you guys, panel, guests, T-Rock, anybody just thoughts on this this whole thing? Is anybody really going to miss it at the end of the day? I guess that's the big question.
No, I think this was on the wall when they canceled PlayStation View.
Pong Soul says the fake retirement worked. Oh shit! I'll have to disappear more often.
This is your equivalent of a cat throw.
Yeah, there you go. Nobody will come back the next time. Like, fuck that guy.
Wardrobe malfunction.
I'll show some boob on the chat here, get my account banned or some fucking shit. I think if you show any skin on a YouTube video, doesn't you basically get flagged or something?
Oh,
really?
What was it? Well, that one night, I think it was on Wilmy Hood's on Gaming Beyond the Box. I think I rose my shirt up and showed my moob. And the guys freaked out. They're like, "Holy fuck!" I was like, "What the hell, man?" Fork Boy was gonna have a fucking conniption, and then they're like, "Oh, damn." I guess you can't. Yeah, don't be showing any skin, even if you're a man. Don't show no skin. So there you go. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Can I share some bathwater soap or something with you, or what?
You can sell it.
The sad thing is someone had to do something ridiculous. They got a body paint on Twitch and crap like that, and
That's allowed.
now we
though,
got
Titan.
stupid rules.
Hmm.
You can body paint because it's art.
Oh my dear Lord!
What happened? Crap Gamer showed his face on camera, and they said, "Enough skin."
Oh Jesus!
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow!
Oh man, that was a good one.
This show's getting dark.
Goddamn it, oh, sorry about that. That was bad. All right. Anyway. All right. Oh shit. What was it? Crispy says Microsoft banned my Outlook account because I accidentally uploaded funny memes on my phone to my OneDrive, which blocked me from my Xbox Live movies and digital saves. 8 years of save file gone. See, there's that's a great sign. That's a great point, Crispy, about having digital, man. It's all linked to these fucking accounts. That's like I bought that Oculus Quest 2, and apparently, like, you got to play it by the rules, because if you do something that Facebook doesn't like, your fucking shit gets shut down. That means you can't use your Oculus Quest or
You
the
better
shit you
just
downloaded.
play Bob the Builder then, Noof.
Pretty
No,
much.
you know what I do with the Quest? With Facebook. I literally log on to Facebook. I say happy birthday to whoever's fucking birthday it is, and I move on. I no more anything. I don't post anything like, "Oh, this guy's an asshole." I don't nothing, because I'm terrified now, because I know that I'm handcuffed now, because if I do anything that could get me, let's say, whatever, in Facebook jail for a week or a month or whatever they do, you can't access your Oculus Quest.
Yeah. See?
That is insanity. So I literally go on there, happy birthday, Andrew, and then I move on.
Isn't that technically like double jeopardy or something? Like they're punishing you for the same thing twice in a row,
Yeah.
I'll tell you this much. I'll promise you this. If fucking Facebook bans me for some bullshit and I can't use my Oculus Quest, I'll take that sumbitch out in the road with my baseball bat, and I'll beat the fuck out of it on camera with a big thumbs up or a big fucking middle finger up at Facebook. Mark fucking Fuckerberg. All you pricks. You can take that. So that's what I'll do. I'll beat it
show
on camera.
Just got him banned.
There you go. I just said
Facebook
that shit.
satellite is listening right now.
Listening right now.
Oh, yeah. Zuckerberg's sitting there going, "Oh, you fucked up now." Click.
Let's go, bitch.
Zuckerberg, this noof. Click.
Yeah, I better watch out. That fucker probably owns a satellite in the sky to come in and zap me or some shit.
It's over your house right now.
Right now.
Look out the window.
He'll hijack a plane and he'll drop a fucking shit sewage out of the fucking plane and go through my house.
That's right, T-Rock. There's a fucking drone outside your house with a digital face of Zuckerberg on the front talking to you.
All right, man. Let's get to Ask Arnold, since we're pretty much at the halfway point of the show. So let's get some questions from the panel, and we'll come back with another question, man. Good shit. Here, Slinky M. What's happening, brother? How are you doing? The doctor's in the house tonight. Where's Chef Trouble tonight? Oh, yeah, you said she's out, right?
She just walked in the door, actually.
Aha.
Yeah.
There you go. Tell her I said hi. All right. Anyway, so now it's the time. Ask Arnold, guys, while I still got some voice left here.
I got one for you right away. Arnold, who's going to hold the retirement longer, you or Noof Nukem?
It's obviously going to be me. If Noof Nukem, he can't stay away from anything. Oh, my God, it's terrible. What was he gone, like 45 minutes? And then it's like, oh, shit, I'm coming back on here. And then I'm sitting there in the corner, and he's over there on his computer, and he's like, I'm going to jump back on there, you fucking wuss. But what the hell is wrong with you, man? Like, stay away. I'm sure you did. You know what? You made 2 people happy, and you pissed off about 500. That's what happened. They're pissed off and they're mad at you. They're like, that fucking shit sticker's back in here again. The fuck? We thought he was gone. We were rejoicing. We're like, yeah, Tuesday nights is open. Let's put the podcast on. Let's start a stream. Noof Nukem is not there. Him and his 2 wacky fucking panel members. They're out of the loop for a little while. Now we can do it. And then he comes back and you're like, what the hell? You can't stay away. You're worse than fucking Donald Trump and Twitter. You're always out there.
Arnie, if you could play any PSVR title, what would it be?
That's a great question. There's so many great PSVR titles out there. On that, I don't really know. I really don't know what they want to play.
How about if you could make your own PSVR title, what would it be, and what would you have to do in it?
Well, it'd be like that horror game, that one that's called Maid of Sker, but this one is like Arnold and the maid. And I'm going around the house and I'm trying to find the maid, and she's hiding in all these closets. And then I'm like, I'm coming to find you. And when I get you, I'm going to take your clothes off, and I'm going to have a great time. Is what we're going to do. So I'm going to do it, and we'll have pizza and some beer, and then you'll sue my ass, and then I'll be on the tabloids again.
Arnie's had a rough past, hasn't he?
We got some questions in the chat from Joe Dunmore, one of our favorites.
Hey.
Anybody want to read the questions? Go ahead.
I don't see any.
You don't see Joe Dunmore?
Joe Dunmore. Oh, hey, Arnold. Joe Dunmore. Did I do it right?
Yeah.
Said, what actress do you enjoy, quote unquote, working with the most?
Well, honestly, I've worked with a lot of great actresses over the years, but the one that, I really liked was Sharon Stone. The only problem with Sharon Stone when she did Total Recall with me, she didn't do the opening of the leg scene. I wanted it so badly because I would have had a couple of recalls myself. I would have had to go back in time. But I love that movie, especially Rachel Ticotin as well, and that three-titted lady from the bar. That was awesome. I love it. I just need one more hand. Who's got one to lend me? Let's do it. The Sharon Stone, she was so sexy. She's amazing, great legs, and I love that scene in that movie, Basic Instinct. Yes, we need more veg. Let's show it. Let's do it. I want to see the runway.
Psychonaut's got a good one. He said, hey, yeah. Arnold, are you going to make an appearance in the new Alien game?
I just might do that, and they should hire me to come in there, and I will come in there, and I'll be dressed up just like I was in Predator, and I'm going to come in there with my knife and everything, and I'm going to put mud all over my body. Oh, fuck, I'm thinking about a different thing, isn't I? Anyway, that's what I always do. I put the mud on my body, and I try to get with alien chicks. That's what I do. I will get in the game. Now I will kick that shit out of them all. They're not a match for me.
I thought you were talking about Rambo there for a second.
Rambo's a pussy. I don't need Rambo. No, Rambo, what the hell, man? He can't even keep his clothes on. Every movie is practically naked. What the hell? And you're not even buff like me. Put your shirt back on, Stallone. Like, fuck's sakes, go do some more Rocky. Get the shit kicked out of you. Ivan Drago will kick the shit out of you.
Wait. But you've shown bare ass, Arnie.
Stallone did too. Stallone was doing porn long before he did movies.
That's true.
You guys not just see that?
It's called the Italian Stallion.
The Italian Stallion. He was throwing off his kielbasa long before he was throwing off his machine gun. Huh?
Oh man.
All right. Last one.
Hey Arnold, what do you do about the memory situation on the PS5?
What the hell, dude? The guys, you come out with this amazing console, this giant bitch of a console is sitting there, and it's impressive to look at, but you can't fucking put nothing in it. That's like going on a vacation and taking a lunchbox for it. What the fuck? You can't put anything in there. You don't go on a vacation and you don't take a giant suitcase. And then someone says, well, Arnold, if you want to go on the vacation and you're going somewhere, you're going to have to buy 4 or 5 more suitcases. And they're kind of small. And then you go around, you start looking like Danny DeVito, trying to get inside of a little car. No. What the fuck? Same with you, Microsoft. You give us one hard drive, but it's a little bit bigger. It's great. It's like trying out for the show. You're a little bit bigger. That's great. I love it. But come on. You need more memory. Get to it. This console's been out how many months now, and we have known nothing. So all you got to do is install the game, delete the game, install the game, delete the game. Fuck, I wish I could do that with my kids. Install the kid, delete the kid, install the kid, get rid of the kid. I'm stuck at home now. I don't have any more maids, and I got these fucking donkeys, and they're driving me nuts.
All
right.
Yeah, and don't forget your screwdriver too.
Yes, bring the screwdriver. All right, guys. There's Arnold, as always, in fine form. Yes, he'll be back again next week. So save those questions. If we didn't get to you, I do apologize. We'll try to get to some more in the next one. Jojo the Gamer, what is going on, man? Regulator, how you doing? Slinky M, what's going on? All right, let's get to the next topic of the night here. So we did the aliens, we did PlayStation. Let's just talk about, since on the PlayStation theme, I guess right now, PSVR 2, everything we need to know about PSVR. So yes, apparently it's been confirmed there is one in the works. We've kind of speculated that there might be, but they don't have a confirmed date for it yet. Obviously still iron out details, but I'm pretty excited about it. As a previous owner of PlayStation VR, and one of the biggest reasons I really wanted to invest in a PlayStation 4 was because of the VR option. I'm pretty excited about this. How about the rest of you guys? T-Rock's a big PlayStation guy, so let's him have at it. T-Rock, do you currently own the PSVR? Are you excited about the possibility of PSVR 2? And what would you like to see from it?
I don't own one currently.
Which means you had one, or no?
No, I tried one out, and basically for me, I couldn't see me using it enough with what was on there to justify the cost. And also, I didn't like the setup of it. You had to have the box, and you had to have all the cords, and you were tethered to it, and I was just kind of like, eh. So I'm hoping with the new one that it's either one cord or wireless, or a lot more streamlined is what I'd like to see. So if they can get it a lot more simplified, I think it will actually help it, and more people will be willing to jump in if it's a lot more simplified and straightforward, where it's more of a plug and play go thing, which is what consoles are for.
Yeah.
Then set up, plug, cord, this, that, that turns people off immediately when they go, oh, I gotta have this and that, and I gotta have a stand, and
Right. What do you think it's going to take for PlayStation? Like, while PSVR 2 was moderately successful, it took a while before it started to hit its stride. Like it was during some of the big sales that they had, and sort of towards the end of the gen, before people really started to see what this thing can do and started to enjoy. So, what do you think PSVR needs? PSVR 2 might need to be successful outside of the the user apparatus kind of stuff that you just mentioned, but what kind of games, or what do you think, how do you think Sony has to tackle this for it to kind of maybe get rid of that stigma that goes around with VR and all that sort of stuff?
I think they need to move from the quote unquote experience to more of a game.
Right.
I think they need to flat out make whether it's a first party or a third party, second party deal, where it's designed for the VR to show off what it can do, and have it be some kind of a game that takes advantage of the VR where you couldn't do it on without it. And,
right.
And it needs to be more of the Astrobot thing, I played on a demo. It's cool. Yeah. It's really cool to look around and all that stuff, but it needs to go to the next level of that. Like if you could play something along the lines of, not quite The Last of Us 2, but something where it's gonna, the 3D audio combined with the visuals to put you in there. I think that's what they need to do. Something that takes you
Hellblade or something esque.
Yeah, something like that. Or yeah, honestly.
I'm sorry, I'm just reading the chat. People heard that fucking let the fart go.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
I have like the best headphones on the market. It sounded like you farted on my lap.
Yeah. It sounds like there's an issue. It sounds like you need to mute yourself.
I'm hearing T-Rock talking, and he's like, well, the PSVR with the wires, and all I hear is...
the fucking Blue Moon's like, who let it rip? Slinky's like, what fart? I'm just waiting for the chat. The whole time T-Rock's keeping it together, straight face.
Yeah, I almost had to mute the fucking mic, man.
If this was a live TV show, man, T-Rock would have so many props. Right
I think we went down 11 viewers.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, man. I was trying to keep it rolling.
How's that for your first? Yeah.
You fucking did a great job. Stretch just keeps on going. He didn't
Dude, it was so fucking loud. It was unbelievable. How did you not think we weren't gonna hear that?
Yeah, I heard it clear as day.
Yep. It sounded like you did it next to me.
Oh my god.
Game G Prime. I bet it was Drago.
Yeah. Joe Dunmore. I could smell it through the internet. Yeah.
It was probably the donkey.
Oh fuck! Sorry, T-Rock. You can continue on.
We should have a guest that we don't like on here, and just while every spiel they have, just keep
start
letting them
farting.
rip.
Yep.
That would be hilarious. Fart. Oh man.
All right, where the hell were we?
So T-Rock as well. Do you think like a large part of it as well? Like we know what's coming out, and I'm almost surprised they didn't launch with it. But I think there's two reasons. I think one might come down to price, because where the PS5 is already fairly pricey, to throw out another pricey peripheral, and I'm sure it wouldn't be cheap for a PSVR 2. You think that's part of it? It's just they're waiting for the right time. Like the tech is pretty much done, but it's just kind of wait till the install base is higher and maybe get the price down a bit lower.
I think all of that too. Plus, I think they want to get the OS, since the PS5's OS is new. I think they want to get all that ironed out before they add that in there, just for technical, so they're handling all the bugs and everything that goes on with that, and then the backwards compatible stuff, and making sure the OS is solid before they throw VR in there, and so they know where they're at with it, and not having, throw it out in the wild and all of a sudden, it's bricking PS5s and all that. I think it's part of that too. And like you said, with peripherals, I mean, you're looking at, if you buy an extra controller like I did, because I have a PS5 and I've got the damn charger, which was as hard to get as the console, and the headphones. I mean, you could be $1,000 easy with all the extras you put in there. So launching with the VR with it, it to me that wouldn't be smart, just from a marketing standpoint. Yeah. And I think they're trying to, and to me, I think they're probably, if I was them, I would be getting a game to launch with it that would showcase it.
Yes.
Well, like
Sony made big strides with like that Astrobot rescue mission was absolutely amazing. Like that's VR well done. That was perhaps my favorite thing in VR. Well, the Batman one originally sold it. Like the Batman was very limiting. It was cool, but it didn't do enough. But I think Astrobot really, to me, showed that Sony can make a game that rivals Nintendo in many ways, and because that game really was amazing, and just the stuff that you could do and the perspective and stuff was, like, to me, Rescue Mission in VR was better than Astro's Playroom. It was actually more of a full-fledged game too, right? So,
yeah, especially with what you've seen, what they do with Astro that comes with the PS5. When you play that with the controller, that's a whole different ball game as far as like what you can experience. I mean, that's just a little taste, in my opinion, of what is to come with what they can do. So I just think they're waiting for the right time. I think it's all timing. I think they have a plan. They know exactly when they're going to do it. And so
Moss was great. Moss is another good one. And the one that space one, what the fuck was that called? That came with the gun, that Firepoint, that fucking shit was awesome.
Yeah, and I've heard,
especially with the gun controller, like without it was different. But playing it with that gun peripheral, my god, that was cool.
Well, and that stupid Beat Saber game took off.
Yeah.
And then I've heard people like that Vader. There's that Darth Vader one.
Vader Immortal is amazing.
Yeah.
Yo, Meg, look who just showed up. Audible Fart.
Hey, Audible Fart, you're on the panel now.
Yeah,
great timing.
Yeah.
I guess he got his bat signal.
He must have.
I heard that from
Audible Farts just sitting on the couch in the dark. All of a sudden, and he's like, "I've been called."
He's been summoned.
Hey, Stick Figures in the house. What's going on, Sticky? How you doing, man? Fun speculation. Mav's in the house too. What's going on, Mag? How about you, man? How do you feel about PSVR 2? Obviously, I think do you even have the PSVR or?
Never got the PSVR. It was too expensive, and I ended up getting the Oculus Quest anyway. So I got the Oculus Quest 1 and 2, and this is the thing. They've got a lot. Now, it's not coming out this year. It's already confirmed, obviously. So we're talking, they didn't give a year. So that's another thing. No. Now, there's a couple of conspiracy theorists out there who are saying, if, let's just say, they redesign the PlayStation 5, they start releasing new models in the next year or so, to combat some of the problems that have happened with the PlayStation on its, during its launch with overheating. Can you imagine, T-Rock was kind of saying there about bricking consoles or something. Can you imagine an overheating issue if you plugged in a PSVR 2? You watch, let's just say they do like a PS5 Pro or whatever. Let's just say, for argument's sake, I'm not saying this is happening. I'm just saying. And then they launch the PSVR 2 with hardware. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they did with the Pro. That's basically
there you go.
That's why they built the Pro, was to
because that whole box
4K, they wanted 4K and they wanted the VR.
Yeah, because that whole box that was attached to the PSVR, that little box that the wires ran out of, that actually had a fan and stuff built into it. That had its own sort of semi-processor unit, right? So that's why it was a little more cumbersome. But yeah, if this is one that's going to be one cable patched through the PS5, that's a great point, Mag.
Well, that's the thing too. They actually did confirm it as that T-Rock you were asking about or wondering about it. It actually is confirmed to be a single wire, single cord. So that's good. Now they've got something else that they got two other things that they have to tackle with this. One is the popularity of the Oculus Quest 2. The Oculus Quest 2 right now is the most popular headset on the market. And actually, there's articles that show up almost daily basically saying that, yes, there are more powerful ones out there, clearly, but they're saying that the Oculus Quest 2 is the best VR headset on the market. Not because of power, but because of its accessibility, because of its portability, the fact that you could play completely wireless. It's a complete game changer. Even like, for example, when you set up your play area, when you spray paint the ground around you and stuff, and it creates that grid, it is unmatched.
Yes.
Now the thing, so what they're going to have to do, they're clearly not going that route. Okay, so now what they're going to have to do, which is once again what T-Rock had said, but here's the thing. So they're going to have to walk away from games like your Beat Sabers or your what the hell is that, like the Super Hots and stuff like that. Maybe something that like actually requires you to like move your whole body and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
What they're going to have to focus on is somewhat AAA VR experiences like they did with Resident Evil 7, but even better than that. Better fidelity, or even like a Half-Life Alyx. Okay, those kind of games. That's what they're going to have to focus on. And it's going to be one hell of a challenge because you're going to have to, if you're going to offer those games, you're not going to be able to charge full or even half price for those. For example, let's say Resident Evil 8, okay? Or even for argument's sake, whatever, Resident Evil 9 by the time this thing comes out. Who the hell knows, right? If someone's going to buy it on the PlayStation 5 at full price of $70 US, okay, and then all of a sudden you're going to charge $70 or even $60 for the VR version, no, it's not going to take off. And we know that the attach rate of the PSVR on the first PlayStation was less than 1%. Okay, so it didn't exactly, move mountains. So it's a bit of a problem. So they got a conundrum, but they seemingly have plenty of time to be able to work out all these kinks and figure out what they're going to do. Maybe what they can do is, if PlayStation is not going to be offering a service like Game Pass, I mean, they got the PlayStation Plus, but come on, like the comparison, there's no comparison. But what they could do is if you're going to buy, let's say, one of those games full price, okay, on the PlayStation 5, maybe throw in the PSVR version. You know how like when you buy like a Blu-ray now, it comes with the free digital version. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Like, I mean, I don't know if people are saying, what the fuck is Mag talking about? I'm just spitballing what they're probably sitting around trying to figure out how they could increase the sales of these things and get them moving. Because the one thing that Sony does rely a lot on, besides obviously the software, they do rely a lot on their hardware sales. Okay, whereas like companies like Microsoft couldn't give a rat's ass if they sell a Series X. I mean, I'm sure they do, but you know what I'm saying? They pretend they don't, but because they want engagement, right? It's a different ball game. Sony is still in the hardware market, so they're going to have to move these. They're going to have to move these units. So in order to do that, they're going to have to offer something very, very enticing, and they're going to have to offer it at a price that's affordable for people to be able to purchase. Because you're not going to be double dipping at full price. You know what I'm saying? That's insanity. Because now you're going to be, guess what? you're going to be back at that less than 1% attach rate, and that's not successful. So I'd be very interested to see what they're going to do, but I'll tell you one thing. If they go the route that I'm thinking they're going to go and concentrate on AAA VR experiences, I am 100% in, and I will be buying it day one.
But let me tell you, this is what I think it needs to be successful. And here's part of the problem with the current generation of VR, anything, not let alone the PSVR too, right? Is the technology still is fairly infantile. But Mag, you can say yourself with the new Oculus, it's come a long ways. And if you've ever played PSVR and then tried the new Oculus, it's about getting rid of the barriers. It's about being less cumbersome, right? Right now, the biggest drawback to the Oculus Quest 2, the standalone unit, the biggest drawback, well, it's probably two minor ones. One is that if you hate Facebook, it's not for you because you have to have a Facebook account. And again, you have to be in good standing. And two, the other downside is limited memory because you can only have, I think, was it either the 64 gig version or the 256 gig?
Yeah.
So you either kind of got quite a bit of memory or not very much. And lastly, it's the battery life. Battery life on that thing is not good at all. You need to go out and buy an expensive extension, a battery pack, or have it kind of a wired into the wall deal. So there's still some drawbacks. But here's what PSVR 2 needs to be. Like, for a lot of the games that were experiences, it was fine because, honestly, if anybody's ever played PSVR 2 or PSVR for any length of time, you'll know that it is kind of hard to actually play a lot of those games for any length of time. Like, it's trippy. Like, some games work really well, and some games don't work so well, and we've probably seen both ends of the spectrum. I think for people that really like PSVR, they're definitely going to be sold on the second one. It's almost going to be no hesitation to buy the upgrade. But there is a large portion of people that either didn't like it or they're in the other group that didn't even want to try it. They're just like, I'm out. That's not my bag, and that's cool. I always just say at least try it, and because it offers an experience like no other. I'm not trying to sell people on it, but I'm just telling you. I mean, I was skeptical a lot too when I finally tried it, and a lot of people judge good VR by the crappy ones they've tried. Like, oh, I played that little shitty one my sister had on her little phone. That's not fucking VR, okay? Like, that's crap. Don't judge it by crappy VR. You got to judge it by a good VR headset. And PSVR is actually decent for the fact that it came out on a console from years ago. Like, again, using old tech. The fact that it was even using PlayStation Move controllers from the PS3 era, that tells you something right there. That in itself is going to be a big upgrade, is actually having a controller very similar to the Oculus that actually can sense hand movements and are more accurate in a 1-to-1 movement ratio. So it's the three things.
Did you see the update?
Huh?
Did you see the update? The Oculus, the Oculus Quest update? Okay, they're doing a major. Well, there's two patches coming in. One they already put in, and that's for the hand tracking. So there's actually quite a few games out there that you don't even need the controllers anymore. So you could actually just use your hands. So they're doing that. They're working on that. It's still a little bit choppy sometimes, but it's improving daily. Like, there's patches keep coming in. And the other one they did is that they actually increased it to 120 frames per second.
Yes, that's a big one.
So that's crazy, And the thing is that, you mentioned something else about the battery life too. I don't know anybody who's going to play Beat Saber for more than 2 fucking hours without, like, their eyeballs exploding. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like, who's going to play Resident Evil 7 or 8 or 9, whatever, in VR for more than 2 hours without having a fucking heart attack? Like, I mean, like, there's only so much you could take. I'm playing Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners in VR. Great fucking game, by the way. Okay, great game. But after about an hour and a half, I got to pull them off, man. I'm just like, oh. And then you get that VR face, the VR face when you're done. You're just like, and you look like you're completely wasted on, like, you're on your, like, 14th beer because you got that VR face and you're just like, ugh. And you walk around the house like a zombie for 5 minutes. So the battery life doesn't bother me. But here's the other thing. Because it's coming with that one wire.
Pressed up against the asshole of a robot.
It's got the wire, which means it's you could use it for a longer period of time, which leads me to believe that they will go that AAA experience, because then you'd be able to play those games for a longer period of time without, blowing your brains out with these crazy VR experiences, like, jumping off a skyscraper. Did you see that game? It's called The Plank.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're like, Jesus.
They had that at my wife's Christmas party a couple of years ago.
Oh my God.
They had a bunch of Oculuses, and each one had a different game, and that was one of them.
Wow. Yeah. So,
and then lastly, and my points lastly for the selling it. One, it's got to be the price point, and two, it's got to be obviously the tech's got to come to the point where the lenses are much higher resolution, and there's less of that motion sickness that people complain about with VR, and that's usually associated with VR games that aren't done very well. And again, lastly, it's going to come down to having a killer game, not just fucking apps, not just things that kind of, oh well, this is what VR can do, but an actual legitimate fucking game. Like I said, I think the closest you had with the game was probably Resident Evil, because that was actually the actual game in VR.
yeah.
Whereas a lot of other things, they got that stupid. I don't know about you, Meg, but I can't stand that fucking point and click movement shit. Like I have to use the controllers. I don't like pointing and moving here and then pointing and moving there.
Oh, you mean like the teleporting thing?
I hate that.
Yeah,
shit.
no.
I gotta move.
You could switch it, like for example, even like with Vader Immortal, I played the first episode with the point and click teleporting. I didn't even know there was an option. And then I one day I was just kind of scrolling through the options, and you can actually change it to locomotion. Yeah. Now, the reason why they do the teleporting thing is because a lot of people do have that motion sickness issues.
Yeah.
Right. So they remove it. But so when you go in and you can actually change it. So when I was doing Vader Immortal, I changed everything to locomotion.
Me too.
And I changed everything to be able to look left and right in a smooth motion. So as if we're playing like a game, like as if you're playing like on a console. Mm-hmm. And man, it just changed the experience entirely. All of a sudden, I'm like, I'm walking down a hallway now. So it actually feels like you know what I mean? So
yes, yeah,
I get what you're saying. So they're gonna have to implement all those things. And you know what? The motion sickness, it ain't gonna get any better, folks. If you can't handle it, you can't handle it. I mean, I'm sorry, they just upped the Quest to 120 frames per second. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, man. If you can't handle what was already coming out now, you're not going to be able to handle what's coming out in the future. So, which is only going to get faster and better, and the fidelity is going to get better. So it's going to be, it's either you can handle it.
The thing that threw me off with PSVR and even the Oculus, or at least some of this stuff, was that low resolution for a lot of games, because it makes you feel like your eyesight is fucked. Because you're like, is it the fucking screen, or is it my eyes? Because everything has that blurriness. Everything looks like you're playing on a Nintendo Switch knocked down by a few resolution. But it's up in your face.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Let's get a super chat before we get to Titan. DJ Birdo dropping $5 here. Didn't forget about you, DJ. He says, hit the effing like button, baby. Yeah, hit that like. I don't think we have any downs tonight. That is impressive, guys. That's fucking impressive. Thanks, guys. Awesome stuff. Any more further thoughts there, Mag, before we get Titan's take on the whole thing?
Nope. I'm excited for it. That's it.
Me too. Titan, how about you, man? Obviously, like I said, you don't have the PlayStation. I mean, how do you even feel about the whole thing? Do you think PSVR 2 might be something that could potentially dry to PlayStation if done right?
Well, we've got 0 down thumbs right now. I'm going to guess we get at least a couple by the time my rant is over, okay?
Oh, great. Thanks,
brace yourself.
Unfiltered GG. Titan and I used to game drunk. Who are you, man? Let me know your gamer tag.
Oh, there goes that thumbs down.
I'm not I believe you. But I don't know who you are. Anyways, jeez, where do I start with this? All right, let's just get the basics away, okay? Yeah. Let's get the in case these new people like Unfiltered GG that I've never seen before, and a couple of these other people. Got a couple new faces in the chat. I hate PlayStation, okay? I'm not like Mag. He hates Sony, okay? I hate them both. All right? That's me. That's my thing. All right? But you know what?
Oh, we got three thumbs already. As soon as Titan starts speaking, it's like boop, boop, boop.
That's right. Thank you for proving me right. Anyways, when Jim Ryan said, the next PSVR, it's more than a few minutes away. I don't know. I know what he's saying, but does anyone else just want to punch that guy in the face every time he opens his damn mouth? Like, this might be a me problem, but I just hate that guy. Like, every time he says something, it's like, I want to punch him. I really do. It's like he's wise-ass, wisecracking, lying motherfucker, man. Anyways, besides that.
Say it with feeling now.
All right. Now that we've laid the groundwork for it all right. So yeah, they did say the console is going to come with a single cord, so that's good. But But I just don't understand PlayStation in general. You know, they say they're going to make less games, but larger games. Well, how are they going to get this, you know, VR off the ground without developing a ton of games for it, right? And hope, you know, that they hit on a few of them. They got to take this like the NFL draft, you know? You got to stockpile drafts and hope you hit on one of them. That's the way they got to do this. They got to make a bunch of games. Yeah, a lot of them are going to be shit, but you know what? They're going to hit on a couple. And that's that's the way they got to handle this, I think. And I don't know if they're doing that, especially since this article says there's a new format for developers to develop on, and that dev kits are going out soon. So if dev kits are going out soon, I'm guessing there's going to be like a holiday 2021 release for this. That's where I'm going with this. But I'll tell you what, in this article, there's already misinformation that I've seen. And what the hell is it with PlayStation and any goddamn article out there on the goddamn earth and misinformation? It's fucking everywhere. It's so maddening, man. It's from the fucking... From clowns that just talk nothing about PlayStation that are wrong 99.9% of the time to fucking articles like this. And the misinformation in this article is this. It literally says the PS5 has RDNA 2. If you scroll the fuck down, PS5 specs show promise for VR2, PSVR 2, 10.3 T-flops, RDNA 2. That is not true. The fucking PS5 is not RDNA 2. It's fucking 1.1, people. So, you know,
somebody get this man a cold water.
Yeah, somebody needs
frustrating
therapy
for me. Like, why can't
I don't know
anyone get their fucking facts straight with PlayStation? Next.
I think you need to live not in GitHub, Titan.
I need Titan to go off.
It's not PlayStation you hate. It's not PlayStation you hate.
I think it's
Touch
something
me in
else.
a bad
Sony.
place, Mag.
It's not PlayStation you
No,
hate.
it's
Dude,
both of them.
I want you to be on my side. PlayStation
No.
did nothing
Well,
wrong. It's
Well, I'm half on your side.
Sony who's to blame.
We
That's
can
what I
agree
always say,
upon one
guys.
thing.
Right? Yeah, that's the mantra, man. Love PlayStation, hate Sony.
No. Hate PlayStation, hate Sony. Hate Sony really bad.
Well, I can see the bad comment already coming tomorrow from that Silverburst shit stick.
But you know what? It's like not, a lot of it isn't even PlayStation. You know, like the brand itself. It's just like they're the people. Jim Ryan. You know, their spokesperson for it. I hate that guy. You know what? If you hated a guy, let's say you're a PlayStation fan, and let's say you hate Phil Spencer, right? You're gonna feel the same way I do. You know, it's like. But the guy's got the nickname for a reason. And seriously, if someone can answer me in the chat, what the hell is up with the misinformation and the PlayStation side of things? Because they're just not they're not forthcoming with their information ever. Oh, it's not coming out tomorrow. Like, come on, man. Like, give us something. Give us something. Something factual.
I think that's partly spurred by the YouTube channels and the attention that they seek. And the other side of the coin is the fact that when stuff stares you in the face and it's blankly like true, like when there's no denying, okay, you have a console that on paper anyway has got less of this and less of that, and you kind of have to face the realization that that's what you got, that's the best you're going to give. They just can't accept that, okay, Xbox got the one up. They just don't want to say that. They got to always find a narrative to kind of go, well, you know, well, see, your console's not so good because that fucking demo's not running quite as good, you know. So there's always some kind of a thing. But call a spade, and the spade is Xbox got the better hardware. The PlayStation right now has got the better first-party exclusives.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Yep.
Yeah,
and that's pretty much it.
We knew how that was going to go, even going into this generation. Even going into this generation, we knew that Xbox is going to have the better hardware for now,
right? You know.
And then PlayStation's going to have the better first-party titles for now, and then we'll see how the generation ends. It's going to be a whole different scene, you know, in 7 years from now when we're looking at the Xbox, whatever the fuck they're going to call it. I don't know why they can't do numbers, but there's that, you know, and then the PlayStation 6. It's going to be a whole different scene out there. So it'd be very interesting to see. But yeah. Anyway, sorry, that's all I have to say.
No.
Spider-Man and Mac, I want to see you guys go at it. Spider-Man says Sony and PlayStation are the same.
He said what? Excuse me?
He said Sony and PlayStation are the same.
PlayStation did nothing to anybody except give love and attention. Sony are a bunch of scumbags.
Love and attention.
And you know what the thing is about Jim Ryan? Jim Ryan represents Sony. He's not the box. Okay, I'm staring at the PS5 right now. It's staring back at me with loving eyes and those giant white vaginal lips that it's got. Okay, they're staring at me right now saying, come on, come play me later. And I'm like, I'll play you tomorrow morning. But that's not Sony. Sony are the scumbags, not the box. The box is just fine.
It's like going to work at Walmart. Walmart itself is not necessarily all that bad, but some of the scumbags that fucking are your bosses or the corporate people aren't so good, right? That's
right.
It's like working as a
I like Walmart.
Yeah, it was kind of like working as a dealer at a casino. You know, hey, the job when I first started, it was awesome, but then you got to deal with all the piece of shit players, the gamblers for life that just go in there every day. My God, suck the life out of you.
Oh, I can picture you as a dealer too. I'd be really funny.
I used to mess with people so hard, bro.
Oh my God.
Well, look at the Xbox. Like when the Xbox One first came out, the console itself wasn't as bad as some of the shit sticks that fucking represented Microsoft and nearly drove it into the ground.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I actually met my wife because she was a cocktail waitress at the time and I was a dealer. And I actually met her. I was dealing to this guy that used to be a supervisor of mine, and I took all of his money, and like he lost all of his money, and he ended up, you know, he always said he set up me and my wife or whatever. It was kind of funny because I took all of his money, and we ended up going out because of it.
Nice. Well, there you go. It obviously worked out. By the way, unrelated, unfiltered GG in the chat, Titan, he was talking to you directly. He says, I'm the guy that went on that 400 plus win streak on Team TAC. So I guess you must know him from Call of Duty or something.
Wait, what?
I'll read it to you again. He says, I'm the guy that went on a 400 plus win streak in Team TAC.
The guy, Team TAC it was 3 players back in the day. So you're either Pinoy or damn, who else was it? It wasn't Venexican.
What a great name. That's almost as good as Audible. I love that name. That's almost as good as Audible Fart.
Oh man.
Fuck, man. People have some great fucking names out there, man. I always have a piss about some of the people's names. I love it, man.
Might be Convict. I don't know. It could be a few people. I
Unfiltered GG, why don't you tell us your gamer tag, you clown? Come on, man. You got Titan. Titan clogging up the show with his old man memory.
The guy I used to play games on the 360 years ago, he had a great gamer tag. Otis Holds Tight. Love that one. That was funny as fuck. OTIS HOLESTIGHT. Otis Holds Tight.
Nice.
There was just something funny about playing Gears of War with that guy. I just called him Otis.
By the way, everybody in the chat is saying you're a drug dealer, Titan, not a casino dealer.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like
thank you, T-Rock. Yeah, it's like when I was a dealer. And I'm like, whoa.
And she was a cocktail waitress. And it all sounds bad.
It all sounds bad.
Dude, hey, I've just figured out how we make Titan go completely off the edge. It's Sony buys the Smite developer and makes it exclusive.
I can't wait.
Oh, you done did it now.
You know what I would do? I would actually I would not only buy the game, I buy the deluxe edition of the game. And then I would buy all the DLC. I don't care if it costs me like $500, and I would live stream it every day on the PlayStation 5.
No, you know what would be even worse than Sony making it exclusive? Putting it on you're making it a VR only, because then I'd be like throwing it up because I can't handle VR. Like it makes me sick, and then I'd be throwing up playing Smite or something.
I can't imagine
terrible to watch trash in VR.
I think we can leave the VR. Like I said, it's obviously a ways out. Let's just hope that Sony improves on a lot of different things before they launch it. Like I said, and probably it's not a bad idea to wait till a lot of the bugs and kinks are worked out of the PS5 and all that stuff first before, like I said, they decide to throttle this fucker and burn everything to the ground. So So let's see how that goes. Going to be interesting. I'll definitely put it this way. I got my hands up for one. I'll probably buy it day one, as long as, like I said, they can show me the goods, and hopefully it's also like back compat with the older VR stuff too. So if you got the older games to play it on the new hardware, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, pretty soon we got Joe Dunmore on tap. He's coming up here in just a minute, guys. So don't go away. We got 70 thumbs up and we got 1 thumbs down. So I'm not sure who gave that, but we knew that was coming. Titan predicted it. He's psychic.
I take full responsibility.
But I'm going to go to one more topic before we kind of get to and get everybody out of here and get in Tony Baloney. But the next topic is going to be about the Halo. Actually, we didn't do Outriders. Let's quickly talk about Outriders, guys. The demo dropped this week. A lot of people have been playing it and seeing lots of people that are loving it. No, I'm not really seeing much hate. I'm just kind of seeing either people that love it or people that are kind of like, eh. So let's just go around the round table. Who's had a chance to play it? And what are your impressions of it? Is it a game that you would buy day one? Let's start with our guest, who's been kind of quiet for the last few minutes, probably trying to digest everything Titan said. T-Rock, have you?
He's like, what the fuck is this guy, Noof? You invited me to the show with this fucking guy.
Just sounds like some trauma somewhere happened.
So T-Rock, have you had a chance to play Outriders?
I have it downloaded. I got through enough to get to where you're just going to start playing, but shout out to Brap, Brap.
Yeah, he was here in the chat earlier. Yeah.
He has been, I've been co-oping Bloodborne with him, helping him get through it. And every time I went to play, he was like, dude, I'm stuck.
That'd be me.
So, yeah, I haven't had a chance to actually get in. I got through the first story part where where you get to where you're going to use the gun range, and that's where I'm at. So I can't really say how it feels for me, but I think it'll be a case of the same thing we were talking about with the Aliens game. Can it get people? Can it keep them at their attention? Does the lobbies work? Because I've seen people say they've had trouble getting in with their buddies. My buddy Shameless, shout out to Shameless. He loves it. He says it's a game he's been looking for to kind of co-op with.
T-Rock, I think I've played games with you before. Yeah.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah. That's where you're from. Okay.
So
I've carried you. Okay.
That's where that shit staying on my back came from. So T-Rock, do you like that kind of game? Because basically, if you look at it, you watch videos, it kind of has it's an interesting vibe aesthetic to it. A lot of people say it reminds you of Gears mixed with sort of like the Division kind of a deal. So you like that sort of stuff?
It depends. I think for me, it would be who I'm playing with more than
Right.
Like I watched Erica play it, and she was having fun with it, and I would defer to her because she's a Gears head, so she liked it. She definitely was saying it was too easy, but maybe that's just because it's the demo, right? She had a good impression of it, so
okay. Let's go around the table. Titan, how about yourself, man? Have you had a chance to jump into Outriders at all?
No, and no. I don't know anything about this game. Passed me right on up. This is the quickest subject ever.
Oh, so you're saying wait for Game Pass then?
Yep, exactly.
All right, fair enough. Titan doesn't have much to say on that, and if he did, I'm sure we'd have about another thumbs down or two. Well, let's head over to Mag. I'm pretty sure Mag's tried this already.
Yeah, I gave it a try. I got a little bit farther, probably about half an hour farther than what T-Rock was talking about from the gun range, and so I got to actually fight a couple of enemies, real enemies, and it's good. It's good. I mean, the music's magnificent. The graphics are really great. I really like the world that it's in. It's really interesting. The concept is very interesting. I like that. But, the thing, it's got that Destiny / Division / Gears of War. It almost seems like they basically ripped off every single one of those games and just said, let's just patch this together like a quilt and just make this. Now, I'm not saying that's bad. Okay, I'm not saying that's bad at all. I'm just saying that's what it felt like. Even the loading screen, even when you're sitting there with your character, it is exactly like Destiny. And then when you get into the game, It
sure
looks.
that is.
What's that?
It is exactly like Destiny.
Yeah, when you got the character.
When you're sitting
right
there with your character, it's exactly like Destiny.
Yeah, it basically is. It's Destiny, and then all of a sudden you get into the game. All of a sudden it's Gears of War when you're playing, and then all of a sudden when you're shooting, it's Division. And I'm like, okay, so I know that imitation is a form of flattery. I get it, but like at the same time, it just like we got to see where it goes because as I mentioned earlier in the show, I got my ass burned with Avengers. Okay, because I thought that was going to be the big game and it was going to have a lot of engagement and it was going to be a game I was going to play for months and months and months. Well, guess what?
Boy, laugh at you.
Yeah, 2 weeks, $100 I spent 2 weeks. That's all I got out of that.
You should have got
game.
Fall Guys.
Jesus, yeah, no kidding, right? My kids didn't even want to play it. And they watch like Marvel movies and Marvel stuff all the time. And I'm like, you guys want to play? I'm like trying to justify my purchase at this point. I'm like, hey, do you guys want to play this? You can play as Captain America. Nah. Like they're not even interested.
Guys, DLC's coming out.
Yeah, and like nobody cares. Yeah, and then but anyways, the point is I'm gonna wait. And I think this goes back to the same thing I was talking about when we were talking about the Alien game. There's a lot of people out there who love to just bash through a game and just move on to the next one, and all of a sudden they run out of games. And that seems to be like the common consensus I keep hearing in other podcasts and stuff. They're like, oh, there's no games. And that's me screaming at my phone going, how the fuck do you have no games? I
got a backlog from hell.
See, and that's the thing. I'm a completionist. So I will not, like, for example, I'm in the middle of Days Gone, about 15 hours in, right? I will not stop playing. What's that?
I platinumed it.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing. I will not stop playing it until I platinum it. And then I'll go back, and then I'm going to go get my 1,000 out of 1,000 and Phoenix Immortals Rising, and on and on and on, right? To say, so like the games that I have now are going to take me all the way to the summer. Okay, so I'm not going to buy this game if I ain't going to touch it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit back. I'm going to see what everybody else does in terms of engagement. Wait about a month. If a community starts to grow from it, on top of the reviews, of course, if a community starts to grow and engagement keeps going up and up and up, then I'm going to say, okay, this is going somewhere. Now I'm going to invest my time. But at this point in my life, my career, podcasting, family, all this other stuff that I do, I don't have fucking time anymore. Okay, to like devote this time if it's not going to go anywhere,
right?
And if it's not a good experience. So the demo is a lot of fun and it's serviceable. And like I said, the presentation is excellent, but I'm going to hold off and wait to see what ends up happening.
So hey, Mag, there's a chance.
So there is a chance. Yeah, exactly. Yes, Titan.
Take a shot in the dark. Guess what's going to last me till the summer?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare, Warzone.
Yeah, I was gonna say one or the other. Yeah. Or both. Yeah, Warzone or Smite.
Titan.
Yeah.
Since you bring up Call of Duty, I got a question for you. How do you feel about Activision?
I was referring to Smite, by the way. But
we know.
How do you feel about Activision saying that Black Ops and Warzone may not fit on a 500 gig hard drive?
Oh, I've seen that. That's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
My son, it's funny you bring that up because they got the free to play week right now that's going on. So you can download the Black Ops multiplayer, the Cold War multiplayer. You can download that now for free. It's cool. For a week. And I plan on doing that, and I plan on leveling up my gun so I can then bring it into Warzone. But for me, I don't care because I'm not going to have both of those games on my hard drive kind of. I'm not buying Cold War. I've been through that, right? Like, especially since the thing I care about the most is Warzone anyways. So whatever it takes to get Warzone on there. And you know what? I'm kind of surprised that they're not releasing a patch that will actually reduce the size of the game. We've seen that before a lot of times.
No. I don't think you guys. I think you guys are missing the point here. I mean, I know this is not a topic, but we're just talking. But anyways, the thing is this. Let me tell you something. Okay, they're monopolizing your hard drives so that their engagement stays up. At first, I thought it was one of those tinfoil InfoWars kind of conspiracy theories. And then I really sat back and thought about it. Imagine you have a PlayStation 5. God forbid, right, Titan?
Yeah.
It's on a PS4. 5. It won't fit on a PS4, right? Am I right?
Okay. Yeah, but if you got 600 and whatever gigs, okay, on your PS5, okay, which is what you have if you have a PlayStation 5, and this ends up being 500 gigs, which it will. How many games are you going to be able to fit on there? And there's no external storage. None. I answered it for you. Okay, none. So what does that mean? It's a I'm telling you right now, guys. You think I'm nuts? Think I'm nuts? Sit back and think about it, man. It's a fucking conspiracy. What they're trying to do is they're trying to keep their engagement through the roof by monopolizing your goddamn hard drive. You will not be able to play any other games because it is literally the only fucking game. Okay, now answer this.
That's either going to work really well for them or really bad for them.
Right. Now, how about this? Why is it why can't I download Warzone by itself?
Exactly.
I can only download Warzone if it's attached to Modern Warfare.
Yeah,
fuck you.
Even Red Dead released online.
Yeah.
You just made Noof come over there, man. He's been raging about that all week. I know.
I hate it.
Now, how about this?
I got nothing against the mode, but why?
Yes, you do. Don't lie.
It's okay, but I shouldn't have to download it if I don't play it.
Do you play it?
Right. And now you know what I have on my hard drive, which is taking up half of my my Xbox Series X, because I got Call of Duty on my Series X, because that's where my friends are. Okay. I've got the now Warzone / Modern Warfare / Cold War is literally one cube now, or whatever, one fucking tile on my hard drive. It takes up half my fucking hard drive.
Yeah.
Okay, so you tell me that that's not on purpose. And I was talking about this. I was bitching about this last night on Boom Show on Primetime Gaming there, and we were talking. And you know what I said? I listened to an interview with one of the devs from Activision. You know what he fucking said? I couldn't even believe this. He said, "Well, there's a lot of stuff in there."
Brilliant.
There's a lot.
I don't.
What?
How can it be more than Red Dead? That's what blows my mind. If you've played
Red Dead,
how can it have more than that?
Right,
What's
and
in
Ubisoft.
there?
And Ubisoft is probably like, "Oh, you got a lot of stuff in your games? Hold my beer." Right? That's what Ubisoft says to like Activision. They're like, "You got a lot of stuff? Are you insane?" And I swear, I'm not making this shit up. This article came out like 3 days ago. I shook my head twice to see if I had read that correctly. And I'm like, they're not optimizing on fucking purpose. Trust me.
The Warzone map ain't that goddamn big.
I'll be back, gentlemen.
Okay.
You know, the Warzone map ain't that goddamn big. You know, I'm pretty sure. What the fuck was it called? The first one that it's got an even bigger map. The fucking.
No, you're right. It's not that big.
Well, there was the bigger one on the other one, the one that first came out on Xbox One. What the fuck was it called? What the fuck is it called? Anybody, the fucking BR game, man. The main BR game plays like booty and has it's got like N64 graphics on some of the rocks.
Right. I never played that one, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways,
go ahead. Here's the weird fucking thing, right? So the big brag on these new consoles, we got these new consoles for these ultra fast solid state hard drives. So we basically don't have to watch loading in our games. And the funny part is now we won't have any games on them to fucking load because they're fucking 1 and 2 games are taking up the whole goddamn hard drive. It's
so
like,
I can say this. I can say this from experience. So I played Control on the PS4, got it on the PS5, the Ultimate Edition. It is 46, 45, something like that gigs. It's 28 on the PS5 for the upgraded version of it with ray tracing and all that. Yeah, it's actually 28% smaller.
Iceman had a good point in the chat. He's like, the casuals won't care. That's all they play.
That's true. That's very true.
Some guys only got a fucking console to play Madden and Call of Duty and FIFA and fucking Apex Legends and shit, and that's cool. If that's what floats their boat, fucking fantastic. But for me,
we are definitely the minority in this.
Yeah. Well, speaking of another odd topic, I didn't add this, but did you guys hear that Epic Games today just bought the studio and the game Fall Guys?
Yes, I did.
No, I didn't.
Yep. Came out today. It was on an article. It was breaking. Kind of went under the radar a little bit. Yeah, but that's a huge boon in their hat. Obviously, with the success of Fortnite, and now they will have that game, which seems to be gathering a lot of steam. And
I actually like that acquisition. You don't want to know why? Is because that game was not coming out with enough updates. I mean, it's Fall Guys. Look at the graphics. Like those people at Epic Games, they could crank out some updates. I'm talking updates at at
Fortnite speed.
Yeah, exactly right. I'm talking like maps that people don't have mastered after a week, Like I was watching one of the streamers play Fall Guys, and he was like doing some crazy shit, like, oh, I'm gonna jump on this next and jump on this next and double hop here, and like, what the hell? Like he ain't even taking the path.
Yeah. So just back on topic, I'll leave it off with my thoughts on Outriders. I think it's not a bad game. I'm definitely digging it, but it's definitely not. Obviously, I'm not a Game Pass guy, so I'm not going to be able to look at you guys and say, well, wait for Game Pass. I think a lot of Xbox guys are probably already thinking that. Let's wait till Game Pass, see if it does come there. It's made by People Can Fly. For those who aren't familiar, People Can Fly made notoriety by making the game Bulletstorm, and then after Bulletstorm, they went out and did Gears of War Judgment. Those are the two claim to fame, whether you like those games or not. It's odd because now this game actually does play a little bit like Gears. I will say from a play mechanics, the game is sound. It's definitely tight. I played, obviously, the demo on the Series X, and it runs super smooth. The graphics are, while not mind-blowing, not, oozing of next gen, they're definitely competent. They're well done for the most part. Interesting character design, some cool weapons. Like I said, I like the play mechanics. I definitely will want to give it a shot and would like to play more. Also, a warning: if you haven't played the demo first, you have to go through the prologue, or whatever, the tutorial, so to speak, before you can actually get to the multiplayer and gang up with your friends. So keep that in mind. And it's fairly lengthy. It's probably going to take you. It's got to be well over a half an hour before you can actually get in and play with your friends. Personally speaking, and I know I'll take heat from this, I'd rather play Anthem than Outriders. I know that sounds weird, but I like Anthem. I thought Anthem, to me, was a lot more diverse. Very different games in a lot of ways, but some similarities. Of course, the looter-shooter aspect and things. But I actually liked Anthem. I'm one of the people that actually kind of dug it. I think Anthem had a lot of potential that's obviously now never going to get reached. So it's really sad because I definitely think they had the right, the base was there for that game, but obviously, it didn't work out. And I guess at the end of the day, you got to pull the plug. Sometimes it's just better to move on than try to keep, repairing a hole in a boat that's already halfway underwater. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't work. So, it does suck, Terrence Tate, that it's canceled. And welcome to the show. Is all right. What's going on, man? Or Isaiah YT. I can never tell, if what name he's going. Pure Flag Monkeys in the house. Ice Man, what's happening, Ice? How you doing, man? So, but yeah, I think Outriders is pretty cool. Definitely think people should give it a try. I think for most people will like it to some degree. Some people may actually love it. I know a lot of the guys over there from Gaming Beyond the Box. They seem to be digging it. I'm not sure if they got something going on with the dev because it seems like they've been talking about this game for fucking months. So I'm thinking they got maybe something going on there where they perhaps were given some codes or some fucking shit and they couldn't talk about it until they, the embargo or whatever is up. And I think the game launches on April 1st. So it's just around the corner. So that's all I can say. Like I said, I think it's decent, but it's just, it is what it is.
Yeah, let's real quick say a goodbye to Anthem. Let's not have a moment of silence on a podcast, but maybe pour one out. Give me a beer in the chat for Anthem, for Anthem 2.0.
You bet.
Go ahead, give me a beer in the chat. Pour one out for
Nobody gives a shit, Titan.
Give us a beer. And just
I second that,
Mag. I hear the man. He's in there, and I won't keep him waiting. Speaking of moment of silence, big shout out and a moment of silence to iDizzy, who passed away from cancer. He was a friend to a lot of the community. I know he's a guy I don't have a lot of interactions with. I don't know him well. I do know, he reached out to me a few times, and we had interactions through social media, and I think he even came out to some of my podcasts, and I guess I found out that he passed away through a long ongoing battle with cancer. So shout out and our sincerest condolences for all of the gaming community on iDizzy. Very sad news. We feel for you, man, because it could be any one of us. Life is short. Shit sucks even worse in COVID. When everything is turned upside down and family can't be with each other in the traditional sense. So shout out to Dizzy, guys. We hope that his family can recover and rest in peace and all that, man. So there you go.
And Gaming Guru too.
And the Gaming Guru. I didn't know him so much, but yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
He passed too from COVID.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who? The Gaming Guru?
Gaming Guru. Yeah. He was on Iron Lords and stuff like that, and some other shows. Yeah, he passed away.
Wasn't he on with
what?
Yeah, from COVID-19, man.
Yeah.
So anybody thinks it's a fucking joke, it ain't.
Well, I had it, so I know.
Yeah.
So there you go, guys. Just a few moments of silence there for two amazing individuals who are no longer with us. It tells you that how, like I said, how fragile life is, how short this is, and that's why all this stuff, a lot of this bullshit that goes on, it's almost flabbergasting because at the end of the day, no matter what console you run or where we are or what YouTube channel, we're all gamers. We all play for the same exact fucking reason. We play to have fun, to enjoy things, to get away from this miserable ass life we live at times. It's a great escape, a fantastic distraction. Podcasting is part of it, but like I said, it just puts things in perspective. So there you go, guys. All right, and hard to turn around from that somber notice, but if anybody can turn a frown upside down, it's the one, the only Tony Baloney is on standby. We heard him enter the room because he came in louder than my fart earlier.
Well, let me tell you something. Tony Baloney is here, and he's not very happy. Warzone. What kind of bullshit is that? I want to battle this stupid battle royale. 500 gigabytes. It's ridiculous. The only battle royale I've ever had is I went to an orgy once, and one girl had VD, and then we didn't know who was going to last the longest. And Noof Nukem. What's with this retirement bullshit or taking a break? I mean, what is it? You're going to have a competition between you and the Rolling Stones. Is that? Oh, we're retired. No, we're not. Oh, we're not. We're going to take a break. No, we're not. And then you have the mag working twice as hard, asking him to do podcasts every 2 days. It's ridiculous.
Get him, Tony.
Break, for God's sake. And let me tell you something else, Noof Nukem. Farting on the air. I guess your favorite game now is Fart Night. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, by the way, T-Rock, you did a lovely job this evening. And and a shout out to Titan Drago for destroying our return show by getting thumbs downs and viewership down. Thank you very much, Titan. It is greatly appreciated. All the hard work that we put into is shit down the toilet with Titan Drago's dribble coming out of his mouth.
Hey, the joke's on them, man. And an interaction is an interaction.
That's very true.
It's very stupid. Does anybody have any questions for Tony Baloney this evening?
I'll start up with one for you. Until everybody else comes up with a question for you. So, Tony Baloney, what is that one sexual position you refuse to do?
The one sexual position I refuse to do is, of course, missionary. I don't like looking at who I'm having sex with. It's ridiculous. I just like to turn it around, and then I could just imagine whoever I want. Or at the same time, seeing that I'm in Canada, you know what we like to do? Doggy style is the only way to do it so that we could both watch the hockey game.
Anybody else? T-Rock, you got any questions? Titan, you got one for Meg? Titan,
T-Rock, go ahead. T-Rock, go ahead.
I don't have
you got
one.
any question for this
I
freaking
don't.
guy in a freaking this hat? Look at this hat. Look at this guy wearing this hat.
Okay, Titan, go ahead.
Hey, Tony.
Yes.
Hey, Tony.
Yes.
Hey, Tony.
Yes.
He's like a cat.
How many fucking yeses would you like?
Tony, did you second Mag's purchase of that hairless thing in your house that's running around, man?
Let me tell you something. I'm
not talking about you, Mag.
You almost made the Mag lose character. It's ridiculous. Let me tell you something. The only pussy I like has no hair on it.
Is that why you got a bald cat? Reminds you of your wife's pussy?
Oh, man.
That's exactly why. Chef Trouble, I hope you're listening. Get that razor ready. Mom, Dad, don't listen to the show tonight. And definitely don't let Grandma listen to it.
She's hot. She's got the hot wax strips right now.
Can you imagine the poor woman listening to this show right now? I listened to your show last night. It was very inappropriate. You're never going to get new followers on Twitter doing this. You should just be doing Boom Show and that's it. Stay away from this Noof and this Titan guy. They're very bad influences.
I think with Mag's got a new character going now. The granny. Anybody in the chat got any questions?
Anybody in the chat? Everybody's quiet in the chat all of a sudden. I'm looking down. I see nothing.
Johnny Rat's got one for you. Johnny, he says, Tony, what flavor urine is that in the glass?
It's my own. I only drink my own. I like my own brew. That's what I do. Because you know what? When the zombie apocalypse comes, at least I know that I can toast and cheer every night to a big, nice, cold glass of my own piss.
Mag said there ain't nothing wrong with recycling.
Exactly.
Thank God it's not
Joe
shit.
Dunmore. Anybody else have any questions for Tony Baloney before I sign off for the evening?
There's a couple.
What's going on, Masshole? Masshole's in the chat.
Masshole, great name.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Masshole, why don't you go talk to the doctor? He's really into Masshole play.
Tony, just guess what the doctor's going to ask you about this week.
Speaking of the doctor. Okay, doctor, I'm ready for you, buddy. What's going on?
I watched a bum sex scene with the one-eyed alien in Futurama. Is that normal?
You know, doctor, even though your name is the doctor, I'm pretty sure after the last month of questions you've been sending me, I think you really need to see a doctor. I think you need to see a psychiatrist immediately. And yes, and there's something really weird about watching that kind of stuff. And by the way, just so you know, I have some inside information about the doctor. I'll tell you right now. He's also asked me once if it's weird watching Disney porn. And I said, yes, it's weird. It's very weird. Even Tony Baloney doesn't even go down that road. Yeah. Unbelievable, doctor.
It's hard to watch Minnie fucking goofy. You're really tight down there.
When Tony said he had inside information about the doctor, I was really scared for a second there.
Not that far inside.
Breaking news, Noof just traded his PS5. Just kidding. LOL. Thanks again, Iceman and the doctor, for those awesome super chats.
Very nice.
Great.
Well, thank you guys very much. And you know what? Keep fucking up this week, Titan and Noof, because then I'll have lots of material for next week. So please keep up the bullshit. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great evening.
One more. We got one from this one's kind of concurrent right now. Tony, would you do Gina Carano?
What? Judging by the size of her, it looks like she'd be doing me. I don't think I'd have much say in that situation. That woman could pin me down and fuck me Amazon style. With my legs up in the air.
She could. She's a former MMA fighter, man.
Exactly. Try and get out of those iron grips. She's got those 24-inch pythons. I only got an 8-inch python. I don't know how I can handle it.
Atrocity Nights. That's a good one. Yeah, because if you saw Mag's Twitter today, he had Tony on it. I don't know if it was today but he said
that was today.
It was today. We need an imitation of Kratos's dance.
Oh, dear Lord. You know what? That's a nice request. I think I might do that. Not this evening, of course, but I think I might do something like that. That'd be a lot of fun. Good idea, Atrocity Nights. Better ideas than are coming out of Noof and Titan Drago's mouth. I'll tell you that much.
Amen, brother.
Maybe we should have another show. We'll just call it Nights Podcast without Noof Nukem and Titan Drago. Sound like a good idea? T-Rock, you're invited.
Yeah, I got a perfect name for their podcast. It comes in the night.
And I promise you, but there'll be no farting on the show.
Fantastic stuff, guys. Awesome. Tony Baloney, fine form every week. He brings the heat, baby. Yes, sir. You must sit close to the fire because the dude's always burning hot. Good shit, man. Awesome. Yeah, Gina Carano, man, she's freaking hot. I am really pissed and off that she's not going to be on The Mandalorian anymore over some really honestly social justice warrior bullshit, like honestly, but whatever. I don't want to get into that. It's politics, it's all that crap, but yeah, I like Gina Carano. She's pretty cool, man. But anyway, let's wrap up this show. This was a really good return to form. I promise you this, guys, I'm not going anywhere. As I said off the air before we started the show, I said to Titan, the guys, I said, if I'm disappearing anymore, it means I'm dead, or I'm just not planning to come back for this kind of stuff. So no more hiatus, even though that wasn't really even called a hiatus. I guess that was more like a brain fart, and the other part was an arse fart. So there you go. Man, that's still making me laugh, man. Especially T-Rock just kept fucking going with the straight face. And then you see all the people in the chat, it was fucking funny.
Just doing my part.
No, it was great. But anyway, speaking of T-Rock, thanks for coming out and being a part of this podcast. I hope we didn't scare you away. We'll love to have you back in the future. Loved your input and stuff. And I definitely, like I said, want to get some more, PlayStation's perspective on the podcast as well in the next few months, especially when the big news drops. Love to get your, your take, your thoughts on it, all that good stuff. So let people know where they can check out your content or just where they can catch up with you on social media.
I'm just on Twitter. It's TT Rock 40, same as it's just 2 T's in the front, but pretty much there. Just as on Twitter, and you'll see me in a lot of the podcast chats, and it's on Salties a lot too, and raps, and Erica's Twitch and all that stuff. So I play with Erica on her Twitch streams occasionally here and there when she's playing Ghost of Tsushima or stuff like that. So
awesome. Yeah, and I'm still gonna hopefully hold you to help me out with what do you call it? Bloodborne, perhaps.
Yeah, anytime, man.
I'm terrible at those games. I could definitely use some good advice.
Yeah, anytime. I'll co-op Bloodborne with anybody.
Alrighty, let's get over to the middle-aged game guy, Mag.
Yes, sir.
Let people know where they can catch up with you, my fine fellow.
Well, guys, you can follow me on Twitter at the Middle Age Game Guy. That's with a GY at the end. And if, of course, on the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, you can follow me at all one word, all capitals, because I don't know how to be quiet. I am the Mag. Yes, you can find me in those 2 places. Also, you can find me here at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Gaming After Dark with, of course, Noof Nukem and Titan Drago, and usually a guest. And that's every Tuesday evening. Monday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find me on Primetime Gaming with Mr. Boomstick XL and friends. And yes, guys, it was a great show as always. And all joking aside, guys, it's great to be back in fine form. And chat, you guys are so fucking awesome. And you're so supportive, and you're just always there, man. Every single week, you guys are here, and you're always there. And shout out to the 1 thumbs down, by the way. Thanks, Titan. And anyway, but in all seriousness, T-Rock, it was a pleasure to be on the show with you today, guys, and I look forward to next week already.
Thanks, lack of a better name. Great show, guys. And I love the name, actually, lack of a better name. Thanks for being here. Cerebral Paul, Timothy Dixon, guys, Spider-Man, Deck, you name it, guys. Too many to Shizno, Crispy Rambo. Too many guys to mention here again. But thanks, guys. Again, this was a record show. Fantastic chat the whole night through. Just unbelievable. Last but not least, let's get over to the man who's so huge. His first name is Titan. Titan, my friend. Who gets the Common Back to Sense award tonight?
Well, you can find me at everything at Titan Drago, everybody. I'm still alive on Twitter and things like that. I'll post things every now and then, But, damn right. Shout out to that thumbs down. Even though I know you hate me, I still love you. Thanks for coming around, buddy. And I've seen your guys' accusations in the chat about my Common Sense Award being rigged and set up from time to time. So I'm going to really piss you guys off this week by giving my Common Sense Award of the week to my very own biological brother in the chat, the Dot himself. Keep on coming down, bro. It's great to chat with you, and it's great seeing you bring the Common back to sense.
There you have it, guys. Another fine week. We'll be back in the same time slot next week. And yes, good times ahead. Great show again tonight. Everybody killed it. Chat was awesome. It's time for me to get it. You know where to find Noof Nukem. Always in the gutter and perhaps shitting myself here. I'm probably going to here in a minute. Holy fuck. But anyway, it was a fun show, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week. And I guess just before we end the show, yes, this weekend as well is that the Halo tournament run by the Gaming Beyond the Box community, Fork Boy, Mr. Tushy, and crew. And it looks like we're a team number 3, I think we are. We're going up against Boomstick's team on the weekend. Starts at Saturday, 12 Eastern, 11 Central, and that would be 10 o'clock Mountain Time. And yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And apparently, breaking news today through that community, they upped the pot to $500, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's awesome.
Wow.
Good on them. But the even better part is, due to the sad news that we talked about earlier with IDZ passing, the teams, whoever wins, the $500 is now going to be donated to his family.
Excellent.
So, fantastic cause. That's amazing on their part and everybody involved. So that's fantastic. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I don't care whether we win or lose, as long as we go out and have some fun. All that good stuff. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. My team, in case you guys are wondering, it's myself, the Meg, Titan Drago, and Steel Rain. I think we've got a solid chance at least being very competitive. We make it out of the first round. We'll have to see how things go, but I think we're up in tough for the first one. We'll see what happens anyway. But
Are we
anyway,
doing one round a week?
No, I think there's a round on Saturday. So now, if we obviously make it out of the first round on Saturday, we'll probably be playing on Sunday, but I don't know all the details there yet. And we will begin streamed live on Discord, I do believe. Each team will have a chance to host 5 matches, and somebody from each team will also be, like I said, airing those matches. So it should be fun. Anyway, guys, we'll catch you all next week. Take care, have fun, keep it real, keep it gaming, and yeah, we love you all. Take care.
And Smite is not dead, Spider-Man.
Yes, it is.